All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is another little Bronyville extra that we're doing today. I am, of course, I'm Apple Cider, your host. I have Chef Sandy here as well. Hello, Chefers.
Hello, hello.
And we have our friend Roger Phillips Marsh, creator of the Savage World of My Little Pony, back again.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing, sir?
Can't complain.
Yeah, just another... Is it soggy up where you are right now? Cold and just kind of... dreary?
Yeah, it is. It's been raining pretty amazingly hard lately. So
yeah, it's kind of over here too. It's a nice day to just stay indoors and play some tabletop. What about you, Sandykins?
It's a pretty nice day out here.
Okay, so you're completely sacrificing a decent day for tabletopping.
I know. I have to stay in my hideous man cave.
Oh well, you get to spend it with me and Roger.
Yay!
So, yeah, we're doing another little extra. We heard some responses from before that you guys liked our little tabletop special that we did before, so we have Roger back here to do some more Savage World My Little Pony play. We have our character sheets from before, so we shall be using, of course, myself as Apple Cider and Sandy as Chef Sandy. And let's see, Roger, go ahead and just for those who are probably picking this up on the first time, give them a little background on the game Savage World and where they can find the game guide.
Okay. Well, if anyone hasn't seen it, I wrote. It's a little called a module, and it lets you use the Savage Worlds role-playing game system, but to play My Little Pony, and it's downloadable for free. Everyone's clear on it. You need the Savage Worlds rules to play it. The newest version is called the Deluxe Edition. It's very cool. Check it out. You can download it as a PDF, buy it as a book off of the company's website. But to find my module, you have to go to my DeviantArt profile, which I'm sure they'll provide a link when this is put up.
Yes.
But it's just for everyone else's information. It is Giftkrieg23 at deviantart.com. And it's right there, smack dab on the front of my page. Go ahead and click on it. It is called the Provisional Edition, which is the latest version. And it's the culmination of many, many months of work and playtesting and other such. And it went very well here last time, so.
Yep, and as I said, you can always just Google that. Savage Worlds of My Little Pony will get you straight to it. And he's got character sheets and everything listed on there, too, so you can use that to build up your character.
Yeah, the system is very straightforward. It's very simple. It emphasizes it emphasizes kind of fast-paced action. The game is meant to kind of simulate a pulp atmosphere. So very very fast-paced, not exactly realistic, but very thematically interesting.
And still kind of in the same. There's not a lot of combat. It's more, combat is more situational and more comedic. It follows more along the show's line. You're not going to have like big gruesome battles.
Yeah, precisely. Part of the big motivation in making this was that I had seen people expressing interest in this sort of thing, but I felt people were going about it the wrong way, and they were trying to write like a Dungeons and Dragons thing for it. And it's like, as much as I love D&D, I'm a big D&D player, I didn't think something like that, because the game's based around, killing things, combat, that kind of like this incremental character advancement. I didn't think that gelled that well with the setting. And so I was like, well, I think you can write a game that's much more suited to something the show would have. And so that was kind of my attempt. So there is combat in a sense. It's mechanically the same as combat, but it's meant to be much more theatrical, much more like it's not a big straight up slugfest. It's more taunting words, and there's some cool stuff. It's something like you see in the show. And because in the show, the few times they attempt to just duke it out don't really work out too well. I mean, Rainbow Dash kicks a dragon in the face, and that doesn't really do anything. And so the game's supposed to encourage kind of creative storytelling, a much more thematic approach to like conflict and a lot more character interaction. So.
All right, sounds good. Well, I've got my character sheet here. Let's go ahead and just read out our stats that we have real quick. That way, anybody that's interested can kind of know what we have, Chef. So let's see what I have here. Name Apple Cider, pony breed Earth Pony, experience 2 from our last adventure. Description: brewer and part owner of Chef and Cider's Eatery and Drinkery. Agility is a D4, Smarts is a D6, Spirit is a D10, Strength a D6, and Vigor a D6. Charisma is a 0, Pace is 6, Evade 2, Toughness 4, and Willpower 6. Skills are an Intuition D8, Speech D8, Craft D8, Leadership D6, Courage D6, and Nature D4. I have hindrances Big Mouth and Gilded Lily Minor. Edges are Vocation, Balance of the Earth, and I have a Feat of Strength. The Feat of Strength being Unstoppable, where I can perform once in a game actually I could check. Perform a single act of incredible physical power. So as a turn. Sandy, what you got?
All right. Name's Sandy, Earth Pony, experience 2, same as AZ because we ran through this before. Mm-hmm. And Sandy, just your average Earth Pony chef. He runs his business with apple cider and keeps him in line. For agility, I have a D4, a D8 for smarts, a D6 for spirit, a D8 for strength, and a D6 for vigor. Charisma 0, pace 6, evade 3, toughness 3, willpower 2. Craft cooking is my primary skill. After all, I am a chef character. D8 for that, D6 in knowledge, history, D6 in provoke, D8 in swagger, D4 in dodge, and a D8 on notice. My hindrance is that I'm a weird magnet.
Hence that I'm around.
And apple cider's around. And my feats of strength, simple ingenuity, and terra firma.
Okay. So. And actually, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I have PDF form fillable character sheets on my profile now. So I think after this is all done, we can provide the listeners with very nice looking copies of your character sheets just for reference.
Yay! I've actually got mine all filled in too. If it's savable, then awesome.
Yeah, I have one as well.
Yep.
We can. Yeah, I think those would be cool to post up because it's always cool to see people's character splats.
Okay. And just to give a little bit of update, Roger, if you, I could go ahead and explain it, but seeing as you are the DM for this, could you explain just a little bit of what happened in our last episode?
Well, last week.
Last week.
Yeah, last week on the Savage World of MLP, our two heroes trying desperately to go on vacation for once in their miserable lives, and ended up having it canceled unexpectedly as Equestria was seemed like about to go to war with a neighboring nation, and sort of ended up in a series of events which drew them into a world of international espionage and some other similar adventures. And but by the end of it, they were unwitting heroes and managed to save the day. So that was Lost City. I would recommend anyone listening now to check it out. I think we can. It's not too far away on your list of episodes.
Yeah, you can find that.
Okay.
Pretty easily, yep. And we'll probably have, since it has been a few months, we'll probably have plenty of questions about what do I roll next. So we'll keep that alive.
Oh yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, I've got all my Cheez-Its ordered in a 3x3 square right now. A glass of water, and can make constant trips to go get some more sodas. So I think I'm set on my end. What about you, Sandy?
I'm good. I've got my glass of tea and my dice.
All right, let's roll this.
I think if we need to, we can take a break.
I'm sure we could.
Just to preface this game, this particular little scenario is my super special Nightmare Night session. So it's supposed to be the kind of spooky one.
Ooh.
Yes. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and you as the listeners, hopefully you'll enjoy it too. So
let's roll.
Starting off, submitted for the approval of our listeners. This particular tale is called the name of this session is called "Some Skin in a Certain Spray." So, and just so the listeners know, I have a little intro I have to read off. I have to kind of set the scene. So I'm just going to narrate for a little bit. So here goes. Our story today begins on a warm afternoon in Equestria's heartland, not too far away from much storied Bronyville. From the dark, overcast sky and the charge in the air, every pony can tell that a storm is brewing, causing more than a few nervous glances toward their lightning rods in anticipation. In defiance of the weather, ponies across the nation excitedly prepare for Nightmare Night, especially all the fillies and colts who anticipate this year's sugary bounty. There's a sense of nervous excitement in the air as the harvest is wrapped up and preparations for winter begin, and as such, most ponies find this particular celebration to be a much-needed break from the day-to-day grind. It is into this atmosphere of bated anticipation that we join our redoubtable heroes Apple Cider and Chef Sandy as they tromp through the reds and yellows of fallen leaves on the road before them. With costumes stowed and whistles ready to be wetted, they excitedly make their way towards the little town of Thunderclap Pass, hoping to get in on some of the town's notoriously delicious signature pumpkin cider, because, like the rest of Ponyville's residents apparently, they are a pair of cider-obsessed sheep. Though Ponyville's Nightmare Night celebrations have always been fun, it seemed like a good opportunity to take a proper vacation, especially after last year's abortive vacation in Horse Point. So, trotting into town at 10 to 3, the two of you find yourself on the main road through this small mountain town, situated at the crest of a pass between the two peaks of the Canterlot Mountains. You know that, due to the town's location, it is a locus for thunderstorms, far more than most places in Equestria. Thatched gambrel roofs and charming mortar houses make up the majority of Thunderclap Pass's buildings, and up ahead you can see the small central square centered around the town well. You can already see the town is in the midst of putting up its Nightmare Night decorations, with black and orange ribbons, jack-o'-lanterns, and other spooky accoutrements adorn almost every surface. Ahead of you, a small stage and podium have been set up to face the town square, from which a rather important-looking pony appears to be giving a speech. A small crowd of local-looking ponies listen intently to the speaker, while a very well-dressed pink unicorn waits the speaker's side.
All right, so we're here.
So, now that we're finally out of town and taking a proper vacation,
good.
It seems like a real weird time for us to do this, though, isn't it?
You know what, Sandy? I love Nightmare Night. Just gotta tell you, this is my favorite time of year. I absolutely... the costumes and the candy and all the marrying going on. Oh, it's so good. Oh, our costumes are so good this year. You know how much work I put into them.
Yeah. You sure did spend a long time making them.
I've been thinking ever since last year what we got to do. It's got to be good. So I got this on. We're golden. We're golden. So we get a good vacation in. We rock them costumes. And then we have a dandy time, and hey, get vacation, woohoo!
Yep, maybe we'll win the costume contest.
Awesome. So, and yeah, that'd be pretty good. Let's find out what them folks over there, over at the podium speaking thing, talking about. They seem real into it. Maybe they're giving out prizes. Ooh.
All right. So, sidling over to the edge of the crowd, you get a better look at the speaker. A light green Pegasus mare wearing the mayor's sash. So she apparently looks to be in charge here. Next to her, dressed in a sharp black suit, cloak, and hat, is a striking pink unicorn who looks out over the crowd with a warm smile. You listen in as the mayor gives her speech. And thanks to all of your hard work this year's harvest, we have exceeded our winter quota and will be serving free food and drinks at tonight's festivities. She pauses.
Sorry.
She pauses as a few of the local ponies cheer and stamp their hooves in applause. After they fall silent, the mayor begins again. Now, on to the big news I had promised to you all. I would like to present Dr. Forthright Stone, who has just graduated from the Royal College of Medicine and will be serving as our town's new doctor. Dr. Stone, on behalf of the ponies of Thunderclap Pass, I welcome you to our town. She gives them a hoof shake as the crowd applauds once more. As you're listening on this speech, I'm going to have both of you roll notice.
All right.
And then this is just for the listeners and also for you guys' edification. They are rolling a trait test, which is when they roll one of their attributes of their skills, see how well they do. And in this case, it's the notice skill. And the way they're going to do this is they're going to roll whatever die is specified by whatever level they have in that skill. And also, since they are player characters in Savage Worlds, they are called wild cards. And wild cards always get to also roll a d6. And just everyone knows these are just considered two separate rolls, and you take the higher of the two. And in this game, if you roll the maximum result on a die, you add it. You take it and then you roll it again and keep adding. So if you roll a 6-sided die and you rolled a 6, you'd roll it again, and if your second result was a 3, your total would be a 9 since 6 plus 3.
Okay.
And
if we don't have notice, it's just the d6.
Oh, okay. If you don't have notice, it's an untrained skill check, in which case you roll a d4 and your wild die, but both dice have a -2 to the final result. So if it's as I said, if the final result, so if it explodes like that and you keep adding, you finish that and then you apply the -2 to it.
Okay, so you do the d6 and the d4 and then -2, or you just do the d4?
Oh, you roll both dice. Each is technically a separate roll. They're not added together.
Okay.
So go ahead. And also for your guys' information, remember that you have each of you have 3 bennies, which are if this was in person, they'd be like little tokens or something. And you can pitch. You can discard one of your bennies to re-roll any roll, and then you take the higher of the 2, and you may also use it to soak damage in combat, but we can get to that when it comes up.
Okay.
So you got 3 little freebies. If you if this roll is really important, if you screw it up, okay, I'm going to throw a Benny at it. So then they're very useful. And also, since both of you have feats of strength, normally you can only use each of them once per session, but you can then spend a Benny each time you want to use them again.
All right.
Okay, so let's see. I did a D4 and D6, and then, of course, taking the -2. The D6, I ended up getting a 6, so I rolled again and ended up getting a 4. Since I am untrained, then technically that sit down to a 2, so that would make an 8.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, and then your D4 roll?
My D4 roll was a 2.
Okay, so your result would be I normally report it would be a 0-10. So you got a 0-8. So you got an 8, and Sandy is reporting he got a 4 and a 4. So both of you pass. Apple cider, you got a stroke of good luck. The basic target number for most rolls is a 4, and every 4 over the target number you get is called a raise, and a raise is like an extra successful. Certain powers and certain effects, you get additional cool things. You roll raises on it.
Well, they said free food, so I'm obviously more interested. So.
Oh yeah, he's just like.
I'm in it. What are they talking about?
What free
food?
Food? I'm on.
Pretty mayor on the stage. Whatever.
The other one to watch out for though is if both of the dice come up as a 1, so you get snake eyes. It's a critical failure, and something hilariously bad will happen to you. So, and you may Benny a critical fail, but sometimes they're fun just to let them play out.
Mm-hmm.
In my game, the most hilarious critical failures have been while attempting to drink copious quantities of salt, which is the kind of stand-in for alcohol in my games, and it's led to some rather interesting scenes. But just final report. So Sandy rolls a 4, so he is successful. Cider, however, is successful with 1 raise. So both of you succeed your notice rolls. And here we go. So both of you can't help but notice, but you have an odd feeling that you can't immediately place it. As you kind of look at the mayor and listen to what she's saying, like something seems like a bit off. It may just be like her natural mannerisms, but I don't know. She appears very stiff in both her stance and kind of her vocal cadence. And especially Cider, you look at it and her eyes look like a bit glassy, unfocused. Like she just very very wooden, very like she woke up with a crick in her neck. But her tone is just kind of flat. It's kind of unnerving, actually.
Maybe.
I like the free food and all. That sounds good, but she don't look too well up there on stage.
You know what? I think, and this is what I'm thinking. I think she part-times as a method actor, and she's getting in the mindset to do like a zombie later. Yeah, I bet that's it. So she's just yeah. All right, I think everything's cool. It's fine. Let's just do it.
If you say so, I got
a good feeling about this. Trust me, nothing will go wrong.
Sorry. That's the best phrase to say in RPG.
Yes.
Nothing will ever go wrong.
Trust me on this.
Yeah. Okay. So she kind of continues talking. Dr. Stone has graciously volunteered his newly inherited family estate for tonight's Nightmare Night celebrations. Doctor, if you would like to say a few words. And Dr. Forthright Stone steps up to the podium to speak. And he's very, very dignified. He's a young stallion, I guess. He's fresh out of med school, seems to be the thing. But he speaks up. Thank you, Mayor Carnation. Ponies with Thunderclap Pass, thank you for giving me the honor to serve this fine town right out of the university. It's truly an honor to be here and back at my old family estate, and to put it to use for every pony. I look forward to many years as your town doctor ahead of us. I think we're going to get along just swimmingly. Thank you again, and I hope to see every pony there tonight.
Oh, that's nice of him.
He seems like a nice guy. He's a little very, very posh, but yeah.
Is that where we find the food?
Yeah, you shout over the crowd. The crowd's also also murmuring and clapping, so they don't seem to hear you.
Okay.
I kind of sidestep a foot away, just kind of look at him. Oh, come on, AC. Jeez.
Mayor Carnation and Dr. Stone walk down from the stage to more applause, and they apparently in some sort of discussion with each other. And the crowd, and as you watch, the crowd kind of begins to disperse and return to work. Is there anything you'd like to do here at this scene?
Let's see. So we got the stage. What else is around?
It's just the town. It's the town square. So there's some local shops and such. There's the well and everything. As you kind of look around, you don't see a lot of other. There doesn't seem to be a lot of other tourists. Mostly just local ponies. So, and you see people do seem to take notice of you, or ponies. Sorry, I've been playing other RPGs. I have to get back into it sometimes.
Dabbling in other RPGs with people.
Gotta work. Yeah, they're filthy, terrible animals. Miserable.
Lyra's favorite game has people.
Miserable piles of secrets. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, now, Chef, we got one thing we got to get, under our hooves real quick. I got to try this pumpkin cider. I got to I got to try some of it. I've been hearing words about it.
Okay.
All right. Let's get a mug.
Bet we can find a tavern or inn somewhere around here.
Yes, adventure. Let's do it.
Okay. What's the where are you guys going to go then?
Closest tavern we can see.
Okay. There's like a little one of those little cafe pubs, bar and grill deals on the plaza. It seem to be in every town. You can step inside. There's no ponies here. They're probably from what you can see, every pony's out there working and getting everything set up. And from what it sounded like, there's going to be some sort of carnival at Dr. Stone's place. So So the only pony in there is the one behind the counter, who's just kind of standing there, look like she's waiting for something.
Oh, we're 2 for 2 for empty places, but I don't care. Let's get a drink.
Yeah, Cider's gonna get his drink on here.
It's like, well, I'm pretty sure that they don't have too many tourists up here. I don't know. Why do we go to these middle of nowhere places for vacation?
I'm just going to make a note
this is
that
we're curious.
We're 2 for 2 for being the only vacation and taps in a city. We're 2 for 2 for starting it off at an empty tavern.
To be fair, when you guys were in the last adventure, you were heading to Horseshoe Bend, which was a ski resort, and it was just because of impending armed conflict that you were forced to move elsewhere.
Yes. I'm just playing with that. Yeah. So all right, let's. I saddle up to the bar. So greeting there. Been hearing a little bit about this pumpkin cider. Now it might be of a type that and he's looking at his hoof, just kind of like casually. I might be of the type that can enjoy fine cider. So may I have your finest mug?
You turn over and look at the pony behind the bar, who's this kind of shortish light blue earth pony with a little handkerchief, and she's just kind of staring straight at you and like. Oh, I'm sorry, Mister, but all the cider has been moved up to the carnival for tonight's celebration. We're just about to close down here in a second myself.
Well, then, looks like we should probably get up there and get to that party.
As Jeff says that, like, cider, you like kind of narrow your eyes. This pony here has the same kind of like stiffness about her. It's kind of creepy, honestly. She's just kind of staring straight at you, kind of face is a little bit blank. It has like the most insincere smile ever.
I do the common like head tilt to the side, under, just trying to see if the eyes move too much with any of the head bobbing.
A little bit, but it's saying sometimes it's just a little like people. This town must be full of like they must have like terrible mattresses in this town or something. The thing you do notice is that as you kind of lean in the talk towards, you can smell what faintly smells like vinegar. Yeah,
may need to just. All right, well, guess we should go and tick on up there to the party that's going on. That sounds pretty good. Just as long as they got that. So nice doing with you. Catch a little shit eye. You been working hard, it seems, so stick to it.
So
do the double deuce, except that's simply holding out hooves.
It's like, it's like you've been hanging out with Lara too much. What is this? Are you holding out your forelegs? That don't make any sense, AC.
What? It's just it's what you do. It's double do.
Earth ponies faced with the existential crisis that is their existence.
All right, so we wander out of there. I think that we're going to say you pick up Chef. 2 things I'm noticing. Them second time I've noticed just this like funky eye and vinegar. Like I don't know if they've been hitting hay fries a little hard, and trust me, I enjoy some hay fries with vinegar. But are we getting down one of them paths where we get a weird vacation again? Like,
I don't know, but look, we're here on Nightmare Night, and I'm gonna have a party.
Yes,
and you haven't even shown me these costumes.
Oh, you're gonna love it
that you've made. So
you're gonna love it.
It's already weird enough. Then it's only gonna get weird.
As you guys exit the tavern, you kind of look back, and the pony at the bar kind of waves creakily at you, and then kind of resumes just standing there.
Later. All right. Well, weirdness aside, sounds like the happening place is up here at this here mansion. So, let's trot on ourselves up, get us a swig-a-dig, and do this.
Yeah. All right. So, as you look about town, there's a couple ponies wandering around. They seem to be running on making last-minute preparations, buying food and such. No pony appears to be in their costumes quite yet, but as you can see, the sky is really overcast and the wind's kind of blowing. It's like there's definitely a storm coming in. And you can see that this town is definitely prepared for this sort of thing. Every house has a lightning rod on it. So, thankfully, you probably won't have to worry about being electrocuted this time.
Well, I do say that, don't mind these storms, and I say that this is grandly thematic for the night and all. Just as long as we don't get shocked a bit, though. But maybe the Pegasi need to just tone it down, just maybe a hair. But
yeah, well, they're concerned with their own thing,
I suppose. Silly Pegasi.
Yeah.
Not saying though. Don't hold me to that. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
You two are walking down the street, and as you're kind of walking along, you both hear loud like tss.
Rattler.
You can look.
Okay.
There's a. Turn my head, try and identify the sound noise place.
You turn your head, and there's a building nearby, and judging by the sign overhead, it looks like the town farrier. So pony in charge of horseshoes and such. And the front door is kind of open a little bit, and you can see there's a hoof gesturing you like to come closer. You two over here.
Andy, I got a feeling this is going to be another one of them nights.
Well, let's see what this guy's got to say.
Yep.
Come on.
Let's get on. Matter of fact, remind me a little cobbling.
Yeah, I could take a look at these shoes. Yeah.
Shoes looks good. I should go look at a pair.
I just shake my head.
As you two walk up to the door, we do like she does like the cartoon, like two hooves, like yoink you inside.
Yeah.
Slam the door. And in the inside of the building, the inside of the room is dark at first. You can't see anything, and then a little oil lamp lights up. And it's an older looking older looking mare, and she kind of sets the oil lamp down, and looks both of you. Okay, look, you're not from around here, so I'll make it quick. There's something fishy going on in this town, and ever since that Dr. Stone showed up a week ago.
Is it all the vinegar and the googly eyes?
So you saw something too?
Yeah, noticed.
It's a bit off, yeah.
Okay. Name's Grumbletree. I'm pleased to meet you.
Greetings. My name's Apple Cider. This happens to be my compadre here, Chef Sandy. Grand to meet you. We're here on vacation, and we're interested in the pumpkin cider, which I understand is up at the that their place. So yeah, grand to meet you.
Charming. Now since you're not from around here, so it seems like you're one of the few people few ponies to notice it. There's something's odd. It's that, and she's pacing a little bit. It's that Dr. Stone. He's bad business. Him and his entire family. But every pony thinks it's all stories to scare little colts and fillies. No pony listens to me either.
Well, I mean, at the whole talking bit thing down there at the stage, you seem rather nice. I mean, first time I met him, first time I met you seem rather grand yourself. So, I mean, I'm leaving a clean slate here. But, we could go check out and bring you something back if you want.
Like, if you could help me on this, we might be able to get the bottom of this. I'm naturally a suspicious pony, and I can admit that. But this is too weird. I don't like it. And she's doing the like Twilight pace around in a circle until she wears a groove in the floor.
Yeah, I can see a little bit of that. Chef, you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, if there's something weird going on, I don't want any pony to come to harm.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
No.
I think. Well, if you're gonna, I'm glad I have your help. You see, there's legends about this Dr. Stone, or at least his grandfather, the original one. He used to live on the farm on the edge of town. They said he conducted strange experiments, like creating monsters and something. Legend has the villagers back then band together and destroyed him and all of his creations. And now, after all these years, his grandson comes back to the town and all these strange things start happening. Isn't this a little bit suspicious? Ponies around here have been acting strange, all stiff and funny looking, like they're not all there. And everywhere I go, I can always smell that vinegar.
Yeah, that is a bit weird. Ponies don't normally smell like vinegar.
I don't know how you do things in Ponyville, but...
Well, I enjoy a healthy dose on my hay fries, but, granted that, unless there's a there's a hay fry meeting here going. Might be a little odd.
I see.
What?
You two are adorable. Anyway, she kind of continues. Look, I've been keeping an eye out. Dr. Stone's been ordering all sorts of supplies for something up at that farm. I know he's putting on tonight's carnival, but something ain't right. Look at this. And she like reaches over and like picks up looks like a torn little piece of carbon paper and hands it to you. Hoofs it to you, mouths, however you want to say it.
Magnetism.
Examine paper.
Yeah. You look at the paper and it looks like a shipping manifest. Like there's been some. Looks like she must have yanked it from some mail mares or something. But yeah, it's a shipping manifest, and you start reading it, and yeah, this is really strange. You look at the list. It's 10 barrels of vinegar, 13 sacks of flour, 2 cases of wallpaper paste, 8 loads of coal, 50 yards of burlap, 2 spools of twine, and an entire case of mane and tail wigs.
Yee.
That is awfully strange.
Maybe it's the happening party?
I mean, he is a doctor, but that seems like a little... I don't know too many ponies that go around losing their manes and tails. Seems a bit of a serious problem for him to have that much on hand.
I'm trying to come up with a relative example. Nope, not good at it.
He's up to something. That doctor, he's no good. He might even like she kind of gets close. He might even be trying to start his grandfather's experiments again.
Well, you know what they say, last thing you need is a zombie pony outbreak.
No, don't be ridiculous. Look, if you're going to help me, you should go out and see what you can find out. But you'd better watch out, because something terrible is coming. You mark my words. I'm going to lay low here for a moment, and I'm going to go sleuthing a little bit later. But in Celestia's name, watch out. I have no idea what could happen out there.
All right, well, keep an eye out, and maybe skimp on the sweets.
Yeah, just hang around parts that we can find you, I guess, suppose, and but keep low. We'll tell you what. I'll if you need, or tell you what, if we need you, we'll do a sound like caw, caw, something like that.
You see, I think you're overcomplicating it a bit, but we'll keep an eye out, and if we see you, we'll see what we can find. If we find anything, we'll get back with you.
Find a lantern that flashes 6 times, and then 3 more. What? Huh? Sorry.
And then you can fly a kite with a carrot attached to it.
Yeah, you're thinking now.
And a blue flag.
All right.
And that way we'll know that you have some extra supplies on hand.
Where are we finding a kite, though? We gotta make a kite?
She kind of face up like, all right. Just we should get going. We shouldn't be seen together.
Oh, well, all right.
She gives you the shove out the door and closes it behind you. You can see it lock into place.
Well,
so we're in it now, ain't we?
Here we go.
All right. I guessing the type of thing we're going to get into again. All right. Tell you what. Let me limber up the old cider muscles. Yep, let's do this. All right.
I'm imagining that the scene Pinky is loosening up her lip muscles for cheering.
All right. Let's do this. Sometimes why?
You kind of you step outside and you often you see there's a little bit of a flash and a few seconds later a kind of a low rumble of thunder.
That's not ominous. Let's do this.
This will be interesting.
Let's have a fun night. I'm still looking forward to the content. I love Nightmare Night. I love Nightmare Night. I love Nightmare Night. I still love Nightmare Night. Let's do this.
So, what's your first plan of action then?
I guess we're going up to the mansion. Check out the party.
All right. It's still late afternoon, so it's come time before it's going to start. It's probably going to start after sundown. It's always the best time for parties.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you head out. The town's pretty small. Thunderclap Pass is a one road town, but nice little mountain cottage town. But you head up to town. You can see the path up to the west goes uphill a ways, and up ahead you can see at the top of the hill there's a little farm set up, and the fields around there look overgrown, like the fallow fields. But right over there, the southern field at the farm looks like there you can see they've got tents and pavilions and everything set up. So it's a short walk over to the farm. The whole way the path is decorated with jack-o'-lanterns on like the fence posts, and it's also exciting. But you arrive, and it appears that they're still getting the carnival set up. They got tents and booths and big streamers and such, and all sorts of stuff going on. There's ponies scurrying every which way, trying to get everything ponies rushing about. It looks like everyone's in a big hurry to get started.
All right, so Chef, let's just get our facts straight, because given that this could be another one of them times. Let's see. So we got glassy-eyed, we got crazy, we got maybe bad guy, doctor head dude man, and we got big rumbly thundercloudish stuff.
Sounds like the perfect recipe for an excellent nightmare night.
Hey, heck yeah! You know what? I'm gonna make the best of it. Maybe this is. You know what? Maybe this is like a themed thing where they find out who is actually like coming in as a visitor, and they spook them for nightmare. Oh, this place is great.
That could totally be what's going on, AC. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. All right. Listen. You know what? That's perfect. I'm psyched for this. Let's do it.
All right. But yeah, you see so just give you a general layout. There's the carnival up ahead, and if you want, you can take the little dirt road up to the farm, and from here you can see the kind of silhouette of the farmhouse and a barn, and what looks like a little windmill at the top of the hill. So,
ooh, you know what? I always wanted to go on top of a windmill. I never done it.
It's one of those steel like frame windmills you see at farms. It's not like a big wooden one.
Oh, I can't get on top of that. It hurt.
Plus, standing on top of a big metal tower in a lightning storm.
Would that be the bad idea, Pony, at work right there?
Yes, that would be definitely a bad idea, Pony sort of thing.
Lightning hurt me.
I just don't know what wrong.
All right, so we're closing in on the party. I guess we start doing inventory about like what kind of where the food's gonna be and where the drink is, of course, and then all the events. We got to do a run of what exactly is going on. I mean,
yeah, you can start scoping out a spot in line for the cider table.
Yeah,
there's a big pavilion in the center of the thing, and you can see they've got a big cube, just a big stack of barrels, and they're all rolling them into place, getting the taps already.
Now
I know what you're going to be going for.
Now I wonder if their process with working with a pumpkin. I wonder if they actually include the rind or if they just use the innards. I find that using the rind does make it a little bit bitter, but I'm gonna have to tickle their process a little bit. Just an advocate for another. I mean, I'm not pumpkin cider. I'm apple cider, but you appreciate knowledge, thought stuff.
So yeah, where are you guys heading then?
Cider line sounds good for scoping. Yeah, let's or tell you what, let's see. Let's do do you want to do inventory of events? Sheffer?
Well, I mean, we gonna go. I would like to see what's going on up here. I mean, it is a Nightmare Night celebration.
Yeah, let's do just an inventory about like what events and stuff, and like circle the manor and stuff like as much as we can get kind of a lowdown of what's going on.
I can throw a mean spider. I'm good at that.
Equestrian spider throw, yes. Yeah, Winter Olympic event. So you start scoping out the carnival and the little party. It seems pretty interesting. There's the cider line, pumpkin pies, pumpkin everything. Yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. You can sell they have plenty of food, and especially with what Dr. Stone said, it's going to be free. That's going to be even better.
Pumpkin baked pumpkins. I didn't even know they made those.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary in terms of the carnival, but you're walking around. You see you're spotting, like, especially cider is kind of keyed in this now, but like there's a couple of ponies walking around here. They got the same thing going on, and you definitely catch the scent of vinegar when you walk around here, and it's kind of annoying because it distracts you from the delicious pumpkin smell.
Mm-hmm. And it would definitely distract the chef because he's the chef and he's very careful, but scent's important, and it doesn't smell very good.
Actually, that's a curious one. Chef, roll. You don't have a knowledge cooking skill, do you?
I have knowledge history in craft cooking.
Okay. Well, okay. Given your skill in cooking, roll smarts really quick.
I rolled a 2 on my skill die and a 1 on my wild card dice.
Okay. Well, I give you a +2 bonus on that roll just because it's something you know about. It's you know a lot about cooking, a lot about cooking materials. So there's if the only way you would have I think a critical fail on this one, but because there's no reasonable reason why you wouldn't know this, but as you kind of step, another pony passed by and you get another whiff of that vinegar, and you think about it for a second. And this is a particular type of vinegar. It's not like balsamic or anything, nothing too fancy, but it definitely smells like the kind of vinegar you use to clean things with. It's it's just plain rice vinegar. It's not something. Yeah, but it's a particular type. It's kind of particularly acrid. It's not something you'd really want to cook with. It's pretty strong.
Yeah. That is strange.
What's huh?
Well, you see, you were talking earlier about how vinegar on hay fries. Yeah, that's fine and all, but this stuff I keep smelling. It's not cooking vinegar. It's not eating vinegar. It's just regular vinegar that you don't want to eat. It's pretty gross.
Why would they be eating gross vinegar?
I don't know, but
you think they're using vinegar in the cider? That would be untraditional, but
that would be pretty unpleasant, I'm sure. But it's like, and these ponies have a well; they don't have to use vinegar to clean themselves.
Ew, boy, that'd
be a weird thing to bathe in.
It'd be clean. That'd be
This is a very curious town.
Save yourself a lot of soap if you cleaned in vinegar, though you'd smell a lot of like vinegar. Yeah, it's definitely strange. You kind of step around. Let's see. Yeah, you kind of walk on. Ponies more or less seem to ignore you. I mean, there's ponies that wave and such, but every pony seems to be pretty busy with what they're doing. So you said that they pretty much ignore, correct, for the most part?
Yeah, for the most part.
Any way I could swipe a mug of cider?
Okay. That's that. Yes, you definitely could. That would require a prowl roll, which is the kind of like kind of stealth and also for nabbing things.
Okay, I have no prowl, and I have to imagine if it's any dice, it's agility, which is a D4.
Well, it's a prowl is a skill. So,
okay. Yeah. All right, so that would just simply be the D4 minus the same thing, D4 minus 2, and the D6 wild card.
Yeah, and D6 also minus 2.
Yes.
So.
All right. Well, I got a 1 on the D4 and a 4 on the D6.
Okay, so
minus 2, it's a 2.
Yeah, so your result, so -1, 2. So cider kind of like slightly clumsily walks up and tries to nab a mug, but unfortunately you are caught. the pony there at the stand just kind of gives you the stink eye. I'm like, what are you doing?
Greetings there, my name's Apple Cider. Happen to be a cider inspector type, well, more of an aficionado, I would say, but I was just simply wanting to procure just a little sample, little taste, just to see and rate the taste of said cider, which has come highly regarded in the parts of which I am from. Hello, my name is Apple Cider.
And Sandy's just face hoof.
Yeah. Double Picard face hoof here. The pony behind there just kind of narrows his eyes at you, like, you'll have plenty of time to taste the cider later. Don't go. Keep your hooves off of it. He gives you a
almost got it. I do the hoof thing where I'm trying to do like the two fingers together, but again, it's just a hoof. I almost got it. Just looks like I'm holding a hoof up.
You just have to hold your forehoofs together pretty close.
Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
AC, you're doing some weird mannerisms today, let me tell you. Leave the cider alone for now. Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty up top.
I suppose.
We don't want to get in trouble when this, we are tourists here.
I'm just, the strangeness that happens when things go all happening. I want to make sure.
As you two kind of sit there, both of you roll notice again, if you would please.
Okay, so let's see, reset, roll. Let's see, so I don't have any notice, so 4 minus 2 and 3 minus 2, so a 2 and a 1.
Okay.
So I rolled a 2 on my D8 and a 6 on my D6, so I will re-roll the 6. That is a 3, so 9.
Okay, so Chef is still too busy stewing over his failed attempt to steal cider, but
you mean cider?
Cider is sorry. Cider is. Chef is kind of watching over another a pony, like a unicorn, kind of walks by and accidentally kind of jostles him a little bit and walks away. But it's a few seconds later, and you look down look at cider, and there's like a little section of his like tail missing, like a little corner has been cut off.
Huh. Hey, AC, take a look at this.
Huh?
I may not be the most fashion-conscious pony, and I don't know what they do up in here in Canterlaw region, but that pony seems to be missing a bit of their tail.
It's like cider.
My tail.
Oh, cider. Oh, hey, that's not good. Hey, cider.
Huh?
You're, I don't know, if this fashion statement, you seem to be missing a bit of your tail hair here.
That makes no sense. Why would someone took part of my tail? I've been working on this.
It's just a little bit. It's like a little snip, but
enough to be a little noticeable.
I had it waved in just the right way. All right, don't you can trim it. You can do it fine. It'll be good. All right. Chef, why? May I ask you why am I missing part of my tail?
I don't know, but, gotta keep an eye out, because ponies run around here with scissors. Keep an eye out for them sneaky unicorns.
So,
can't trust them.
Now, Chef.
Using their magic.
No, we went to them classes about this.
Oh.
Diversity training my hoof.
That's terrible. Okay.
You never see earth ponies running around with scissors cutting off people's tails.
Now, he don't mean that.
It's definitely a weird situation. I mean, there's kind of ponies walking around. It's a fair crowd, so you kind of bump into them a lot. But yeah, if it's not this, it's also the like kind of persistent, that really faint vinegar smell. There's no ponies right around you, but you can kind of smell it on the air.
All right. Well, let's see. So we've officially, noticed weirdness, figured out the vinegar, not gotten me any cider, which thoroughly disappoints me, and pretty much I've gotten part of my tail chopped off. So I guess at this point, let's see, is it still afternoonish, or are we still?
Oh, it's actually at this point it's kind of getting on to the evening. Sun's beginning to set. And there's been there's another rumble of thunder.
I've been leading a little bit, Chef. Where you want to go now?
Well, let's let's keep an eye out. Try to not get bumped into. Keep an eye. Watch our tails, literally, and see if there's any other ponies. If they're going to be cutting bits off your tail. Let's see if this happened to any other ponies, because it seems awfully weird.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying, are you going to stay? Are you just going to stay and walk around the carnival, or do you want to go somewhere else? Or
what do you think, AC? Because there's not much else to see. Maybe we can lend a hoof and maybe talk to some pony that's semi-normal around here.
Well, let's see. We've got the carnival area and we've got the mansion area, correct?
yeah, it's a little farmhouse, but yeah.
Okay, so we've got those two areas, and the farmhouse is kind of pushed away from all this.
Yeah, it's on the carnival's set up in the southern field, so it's at like the base of a hill, and the farmhouse and the barn and the windmill are all at the top of the hill.
Okay, and it's there's pretty much nobody over there right now, correct?
Yeah, you don't see anything. There's no lights on in the house. Nothing.
Well, it seems like if we went over there, it would be a little bit apparent. So reason would lend that we would probably stay in the fairgrounds for a bit longer. You know what? If they are putting up stuff, I think that Chef has got a good idea of seeing if we can lend a hoof with some of the final preparations.
All right. So you're gonna so you spend the next hour or so helping with that. Okay, that makes sense.
Working montage.
Yeah. Working for the weekend. Yeah. I like that song. So you both of you kind of in the spirit of things, and also probably to keep an eye out because something's definitely weird going on now. You opt to help out and get things set up. Ponies give you streamers to put out, tables to set up, and pretty soon the sun sets and the darkness kind of rolls in, and and by the time you're done, the party has just begun to kick itself into gear.
Along the way, Cider is making dumb remarks like, "Do you smell vinegar too?"
Yeah.
My cursed big mouth hindrance.
Yeah. Did you want to talk to any pony in particular, or do anything else? Like, since you have a little bit of time,
I think we're going to be on the lookout for anyone that isn't particularly glassy and googly.
Okay.
So if any of those do pop up, I think we'd probably try and start up a conversation.
Okay. Yeah. Then one of the ponies you're working with, who's helping roll cider barrels into place. And so far, you've yet to get the kind of vibe from him. You can strike up a conversation with him.
Do you want to do that? Yeah, go for it.
It's like, yeah. So this cider's some serious business. My friend over there, Apple Cider, me and Steven had his name. He really likes this stuff, and we came all the way up here to get our hoofs on some of that pumpkin cider y'all make.
He kind of chews on a stalk of hay. Oh, is that so? Not many ponies come out here to Thunderclap Pass, especially from Ponyville.
Yeah, it is. It is a ways off, but we're here on vacation. They seem to have weird tastes and spots for vacations, but that seems like a nice enough city.
What's your feeling on vinegar? Oh, never mind.
In the background.
So, my loudmouth friend, I'm smelling this vinegar on the air, and it seems like on all these other ponies, and they got these weird look in their eyes. Have you seen this? What do you think?
Go ahead and Chef, roll. Do you have roll speech actually?
Roll speech. I don't actually have speech.
Drats, I'm the speech pony.
Well, let's see what my dice say. A 4 and a 1.
Okay.
So the 4 is on the D4 and the 1 is on the D6.
Okay, so the D4 aces, so roll it again.
And a 1.
Okay, so your total is a 5. And then I guess you didn't apply the penalty yet?
And so then it's a 3.
Okay. So yeah, your total 3 1. Okay. So hey, yes. Come to think of it, I might have noticed ponies have been a little stiff lately, but it's been a long harvest season. He doesn't seem very put off by your suspicion.
Well, yeah, I could see that some ponies being a little tired after harvesting. I mean, pumpkins are fairly serious business. They get pretty big, and all right. I mean, just seems like something just a little strange. But then again, I'm not from around here.
You ever been to the top of a windmill? Me neither.
Yeah, the pony kind of finishes rolling up and says, well, it'll be nice with that Dr. Stone here. We haven't had a doctor here in a while.
So you been around long enough for the previous doctor? Or the doctor before him?
Oh no, that's just a little filly's tale.
Okay. Well, it's good for these towns to have a doctor. It's real important. You know, back in Bronyville, we're a pretty small town, but we've got a hospital and multiple doctors. We're pretty lucky.
Yeah. Yes.
Rub it in, Sandy. Rub it in.
Yeah. Okay, so you finish your jobs there, but as I was saying, the night falls and the carnival kind of kicks itself into high gear. Lit by jack-o'-lanterns and a few bonfires, the fallow southern fields on the stone farm have been converted into a fairground and are now filled with booths, tents, and carnival rides, like those little like collapsible like Ferris wheels they can set up. Ponies scurry about in their costumes, sampling the various mouth-watering foods available in the delectable pumpkin cider, while little ponies run about screaming, bags of candy in tow. It looks like great fun, and though the incidents of the day temper your excitement somewhat, lit by a few rays of the full moon that break through the cloud cover, as you look up, you can see the silhouette of the creaky old stone farmhouse and barn on the hill nearby, their darkened windows looking rather sinister on this particular night. Every few minutes, a flash of lightning is followed by the roll of thunder seconds later. From the timing, the storm appears to be very close. But yeah, with the party started, I think at this point you probably donned your costumes. So
here's the big reveal, AC.
All right.
What now? Okay, so it's time to put on our costumes, but you still haven't let me see this.
All right, so
seen what you made. So
I've been thinking about this real hard. And this beats last year. This beats last year where you were the barracuda and I was the shark. Totally beats it. I got it. This is amazing. All right, so here's yours, and he shuffles across a piece of yellow fabric to him, and this one's mine, and he picks up a piece of red fabric and holds it. It's like, you're going to love this. And Chef opens up his, holds it up, and what is it, Chef?
Cider, what? This has mustard on it.
Yeah, and mine's ketchup.
And you even made the hat.
Yeah, you wear the hat too. See. This is what I was thinking, because we're both food ponies, right? So I thought food would be really relevant, and so what I was thinking, you're yellow, I'm red. So I kind of wanted to go off that theme. So I thought, what's yellow, what's red? Ketchup and mustard, bang! But then I started doing some thinking. Ponies would expect me to go with ketchup and mustard. So first I was thinking that I would be mustard and you're ketchup, but then ponies would expect me to expect that. So then I switched them back, and now I'm ketchup and you are mustard.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, it sure does.
It makes sense.
Are you like ketchup and mustard bottles?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
with little like the squeeze hat, the little conical squeeze hat.
Yes. It is amazingly ridiculous.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, you must have got some help on making these hats, because they fit rather well.
Yeah, well, in the middle of the night, I measured your. I might have measured your head.
I measured you in your sleep. What?
You sleep rather well, and, well, I could measure your head. And I took the order over into town, and the lady that took it looked real weird at me, but she went and did it anyway, so. Just rarities, just sitting there going like, my art talents being used to make mustard and ketchup bottles.
Yeah.
But granted, they are amazing looking mustard and ketchup bottles.
It's pretty. I'm suddenly like thinking there should be like a little like side scene in which it's like that the episode of Flight of the Conchords where Brett talks to David Bowie in his sleep.
I have not seen that.
Oh man, anyway, it's a good show. Anyway, so you've got your completely ridiculous but probably like disgustingly adorable costumes on.
Yeah. Well, this is certainly better than being a fish.
Yeah,
so,
I don't gotta chase you all night. Look, we could just look if we get right next together. Look, we could be on a table.
Okay. So you've got your costumes, and they definitely draw some looks and some snickers. But every pony's in costume. There's everything. There's everything you can imagine. There's costumes of it sauntering around here. They got spooky music playing from the calliope. Everything. It's fantastic. And sure enough, apple cider. They have this. They have the pumpkin cider. And there's free food, and it is delicious.
All right, hold on. I can method act this real quick. All right. So here's about 8 Cheez-Its. Gonna.
A real Marlon Brando here.
Good.
Yeah, yes, it's quite good. Please don't talk with your mouth full. Say it, don't spray it, AC. No. Gosh.
The best food is free food.
Yes, it is the best food.
Try some cider.
Yes, I have my own glass here.
That's good. You know what? I love Nightmare Night. Why? Because it's cool.
As you two are sitting there, like one of you at least is chowing down rather righteously. It's you can see there's another flash of lightning, which it does help to set the mood. But let's see. I'm checking my notes here. Hold on. As you guys saying there, you see you look up and you see the little Grimble tree walking by.
A little what tree?
Grimble tree, the pony met earlier.
Ah, yes, Grumble tree.
Okay, wave at him. Hey,
or her actually, yeah.
Her.
She kind of like hobbles over to you.
Hey. So did you find anything else out? It seems.
Oh, hello. Good to see you.
Now take a good look at her. Does she have the glassy eyes? Does she smell like vinegar?
I am currently still munching away, and you're like, oh, good, no, see you.
Yeah, no, Chef, you're definitely like, oh no. It looks like they've got her too. She kind of like blinks at you as she like stares at you, just a little too uncomfortably close.
Oh, happy Nightmare Night.
To you as well.
Kind of slide back over to AC. Hey, like they got Grimble Tree then.
I got some for Gramble Tree too. So look, I got picked up extras.
Keep at that, AC.
All right, cool.
Take a look at her tail. See if she's missing any bits.
All right. Okay. Wait. What? Wait.
She was an Earth pony, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna say she's not missing any feathers, but she don't have any feathers.
No, you don't spot anything out of the ordinary, but she definitely got that vinegar smell. Yeah, it's like and kind of walks with a little bit of a stiff-legged gait.
Still not knowing that anything is up, I push over a bowl of peanuts to her and be like, yeah, so how you doing this evening? I mean, just like I find that the pumpkin's got a good flavor to it. Maybe just a little bit high on the malt, but I don't mind.
As you're doing that, like, let's see. I'm gonna ask you both to roll notice one more time.
All right.
I definitely kind of abuse this roll, but it's very useful.
I obviously see what I need to buy next time.
Got a 5 on the D8 and a 1 on the D6.
Nice. Okay. and cider.
I may have gotten a 2 on the D4 and a 1 on the D6, so a negative and a 1.
Well, that works perfectly because he's saying that works exactly perfectly with what you're role playing there. Delicious.
Look, I can gargle it.
That's horrible. Chef, you're looking like get a close look because she's right next to you, and she just kind of like plants her like muzzle into the bowl of peanuts and just starts chowing away. But as you look at it, like you look along the back of her neck, and there's like right next to her mane, there's what looks like a long like scar kind of, and it's like cross puckered, like it was stitched closed or something.
Oh, so I kind of like slide over next to her, kind of get a closer look, and it's like she's just going down on them peanuts. I'm gonna.
Yeah. So it looks like it looks like an old It looks like something. It had an injury at some point, and she had to have stitches to close it, or staples, or something. But you get this weird. Do you have the intuition skill?
I do not.
Okay, well,
which I do have.
But you're not. You're like.
I know. I'm totally. I just find it where it's like twice, where it's like speech and intuition. It's like dag. If only I wasn't such a silly pony.
So go ahead, Chef. Roll intuition. Same thing. It should be untrained.
Alrighty. A 5 and a 2. 2 on the D4, 5 on the D6.
Okay. And you do I am willing to slide you a bonus on this one just because you got the successful notice roll, and you're kind of on top of this. It's an easy roll, so.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Savage Worlds has a kind of a sliding scale in terms of certain rolls you can make. 4 is the average. A 2 is a very easy roll. A 6 is a harder one. 8 is like really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So the target number for this one was a 2. So it was just making sure that as you kind of lean in and look, like you get this weird feeling like the scar on the back of her neck looks everything to you like a seam, like on a doll or something. And for that matter, her like mane looks a little bit like off center.
So obviously not like tugging at the mane or thing, but kind of blow on it. Does it the whole thing shift, or is it rooted in, or it's like
good. I actually, can you roll prowl as well?
All right.
Let's see if you can do this like obsequiously.
I got a 4 on the D4 and a 2 on the D6.
Okay, roll the D4 again.
1.
Okay, 5. Yeah. You managed to do it, I think, but she kind of notices. This is a standard difficulty roll, and you kind of back off. But yeah, you see her like mane like shift a little bit. It's a wig, but she kind of notices. Like, Mr. Chef, is there something wrong?
Oh, you just had something in your mane. Nothing important.
Oh, don't mind that. Just an old farrier's accident. Don't really like to talk about it much.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's a serious business. Doing farrier business,
horseshoeing and such. And she kind of goes, continues to just munch away at the peanuts.
Slide over to AC and be like, okay, this is real weird. AC, okay, AC, just swallow.
All right, I'm good. What?
AC, this is going to sound real weird, but like she's got a nasty scar on the back of her neck here, and I'm looking at it, and it seems to go all the way around. This is really weird. Now, I didn't get a good look at her earlier, but something's changed, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
There's some creepy business going on in this town.
I do the I again peer my head around, do the up down sideways, just kind of just somehow neck insane doing that, and then pop back over to Chef and go like, Thinking you're right.
As you kind of look around, you can see that there's a couple of ponies walking through the crowds, and it looks like they're kind of making their way towards you.
All right. So I guess we can call off. We won't have to make the cut.
That blue flag, blue handkerchief, don't need to worry about that one.
Cacaw is totally off at this point. Let's see. Hey, look. I guess we would have to wait until they get closer to see the eye state of said people moving closer. Let's see. So they are pulling their way up to us. I suppose we just stay there and be neighborly. Greeting, folk. Hey, look, peanuts.
It's like a trio of ponies that walk up, of various types, pigs, ponies. Yeah, and they've all definitely got that kind of like glassy-eyed look to them, and they've got these absolutely creepy grins on their faces.
Oh, I see. You know, remember that time that crazy librarian went a little bit crazier? It kind of looks like that.
They goes, like, we heard that you're visitors here, and we'd like to welcome you here to Thunderclap Pass.
Oh well, thanks for your hospitality. We're having fun.
There's a prize raffle going on in the tent over there. Wouldn't you like to come along?
Oh, hey, see, you spent so long making these. Why don't we go take a look around?
Yeah, the looking round sounds good. How long is the raffle going on? I mean, it said there's plenty to do right now, so I wouldn't want to miss a potential raffle prize winnings. But just so I'm aware.
Oh, for most of the night, I'm sure.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Actually, I think Chef was looking real kindly to the spider throw. It's his favorite. So I wanted to make sure that we get a few rounds of that in. But I think afterwards we'll definitely hit on up that raffle.
They kind of blink and don't say anything.
Hey, I think it's about time for a spider throw. What do you think? Yeah.
Are you sure it's going to be ever so much fun?
Oh, I'm sure it will be. Taking a raffle ticket, and waiting to see if you're called for said raffle ticket for stuff from said raffle. But but we'll certainly meander.
We'll go take a look. Yeah. We'll go take a look for you.
Yeah, for you later. Not now. Later.
You're gonna like sidle out of there or something.
Yeah, just like up from as talking up from the table, be like, yeah, and so we'll totally just like, and that sounds great. We'll just the.
yeah. As you kind of like awkwardly go, like shuffle your way out of there. They all turn and stare at you as you walk away. And you kind of blend in with the crowd.
Don't leave me with the smileys.
Yeah, let's go over here. I bet we can go find ourselves maybe we can find ourselves a salt and pepper, and we can complete the condiment group. There we go.
Yeah, that sounds great. Sandy, if this city is really kind on doing the entire like, ooh, we're gonna spook the us. They're doing a good job.
I'm halfway tempted to go take a look at that tent, though. Just look inside and see what's going on. Because this is really weird.
It smells of vinegar, true, but it smells also weird. So I think at some point we're going to need to go doing that raffle. Yeah, I say we mosey on over and do the raffle.
Yes, let's go take a look.
Okay. There's a tent near one edge of the carnival, and it looks like they're having their raffle drawing there. There's like a pony at the door with a big wheel of tickets, and is handing them as ponies walk inside.
Okay. Grab a ticket.
Yeah.
Howdy.
The
Smile.
ponies are just kind of stares blank at you. Blink, blink.
Hey, I got a ticket too. What's your number? Oh, yours is smaller than mine.
Yes, well, they are sequential, and I got mine first, so... What a turn of events.
But only by one, huh?
Yeah, so what's going on in here? Let's take a look.
Yeah, I wonder, they got the... well, here, I can say this one out of the... They got the prizes anywhere, or a list of prizes, or what the raffle is for?
Not that you can see. But there are a couple of ponies like seated around there, and they got like the big cage wheel full of little numbered balls.
Oh God, Chef! It's the lottery! Get away! Run!
Oh, I read this story when I was in school.
Oh, no!
Treat me up for days.
Yeah, we're all gonna get stoned, and not in a good way.
This story just got grim real quick.
Yeah.
Go read the lottery, kids. It'll change. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our number. I guess we funnel back out, not knowing what the exactly lottery is for. Let's see.
You two are kind of just outside the raffle tent.
Okay. Okay, so we got raffle. I have been properly fed. How to feed your cider. Let's see. So, let's see. There's games that we can take part in. I'm kind of okay. I just looked to actually, what I would like to do is I would like to find likely someone with nearby that's glassy-eyed a little bit to find out, just to be like just saunter up and be like, hey, well, howdy. I was just a little curious. See, there's been a great kerfuffle about this whole raffle thing. I wanted to know if you had any ponderings on just the prizes are. Did you grab your raffle ticket? I understand it's quite important.
The nearest pony is like a little Pegasi working at a pretzel stand. Oh yes, the raffle is the big secret prize.
Just one secret prize?
Oh yes.
What is it?
It's secret.
What a surprise.
One secret prize. Is it any good?
Do you wish to buy a pretzel?
Oh, are you hungry? I am rather full.
Sure, I'll take a pretzel.
There you go. See, you got yourself
one of them cinnamon ones.
Sure enough, yeah. She totters over and gets a pretzel and brings it back to you. And she kind of slides the pretzel over to you. You can see, the pretzel looks a little moist, and not in a juicy fresh movie pretzel way. Yeah,
Is it moist from the rain? Kind of.
No, it's vinegar.
Oh. I don't think cinnamon and vinegar go very well together. I think I'll pass, thanks.
She just kind of stares at you blankly.
Yeah, I thought so. So, hey, AC, let's go throw some spiders.
Yay!
Or something. And pumpkins at targets.
Yep.
So you go like, well, that was weird, and keep walking. As you keep going, let's see. Where I've got my notes here. 1 second. As you're walking along, there you can see that the ponies that were originally inviting you to the raffle are all again making their way towards you.
Who's still with the creepy grins on their faces?
Yeah.
For some reason, Cider, deciding to just try and fit in, tries to mimic the creepy grin.
Doesn't seem to...
Maybe it doesn't make it as awkward now.
doesn't seem to faze them.
Okay.
But
howdy, folks. How are you?
just like before they arrive, like they show up. Yeah, they show up again. Did you get your raffle ticket?
Sure did.
Yeah. I got a good one. Yep. It's his is a little bit lower than mine.
You should. Well, now that you have your raffle ticket, you should come with us.
There's a special raffle ticket or who? Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess we should, Chef.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Where you're going? Yeah.
They start making their way. They start making their way down one of the little paths in the carnival, and behind one of the tents. If you want, we can show you the secret prize.
But then it wouldn't be much of a secret, would it?
But it's the secret prize.
But if you see it, it's not a secret.
Even through their weird mannerisms, they seem to be being irritated with you.
Then you'd have to rename it to not secret to apple cider and Chef Sandy, and the fact you know where it is means that technically it's not secret to you. So technically, it is the vaguely secret prize.
Let's see. As you do that, roll cider, roll dodge.
Oh God! All right.
At this point they've walked you along to like an area that's like slightly out of the way.
I'm gonna get socked in the mouth. I know it. All right, let's see. Actually, okay, I got a D4 on my D4 and a 4 on my D6. So D4 roll again. God, I got another 4.
Cool.
God, I got another 4.
It happens.
And then I got a 3.
Okay, so 15.
Something like that.
And are you untrained or do you have a rank in it?
I am untrained in dodge, so.
So you roll a 13. Chef, what about you?
I got double ones.
Oh God, here it starts again.
Remember, if you want, you can spend a Benny to re-roll that. If
sure, I'll take a Benny to not get punched in the face or bucked in the jaw. 2 on the D4 and a 3 on the D6.
Okay.
I'm still getting smacked in the jaw.
So, Cider, despite being rather full, manages to jump out of the way at the last second. But Chef, not so much. They the two of the ponies next to you slam a burlap bag over your head.
Oh God! I can't see. It's big enough that it's not even crushing my hat.
You're dressed as a mustard dispenser. They just kind of like over the top.
No, Mustard, you complete me. I can't quit you, Mustard.
But Cider managed to dodge. He dodges expertly out of the way, despite having this big, ridiculous costume on, as the other two ponies try to do likewise.
All right, so how many of these we got?
4 of them.
Oh, geez.
Two for each of you.
Oh, boy. All right. So I guess we're going to have to deal with these. Because of you rolled very well, like extraordinarily well in that one. So I'm gonna give you like first option what you want to do, and you're like on the ball all of a sudden. Okay, so now I've got to figure out. Well, I think the first thing that I've got to do is probably figure out a way to free those that are bagging Chef. So,
flail.
So yeah, just I need to unbag a particular Earth pony.
Okay. Let's see. So, how do you think you want to go about it? I mean, like, I'm just particular ways I would think about this if I was a player. It would be like, well, you could just grab him and run and just try to like barrel your way past. You could do something. It's like how do you want to frame this? It'll tell me what role I want to ask for.
Let me see, and I'm also looking at what I have that would particularly work.
Yeah.
Agility-wise, that probably wouldn't be anything I'd end up doing. I have a high speech, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to convince them. Let's see. Tell you what, I think what I would like to do... Let's see, agility on that. I am going to... Boy, I'm just grinding this to a halt. Let's just go ahead and try the kind of push Chef out of the way from them.
Okay.
And so much, it would make more sense to push him opposed to try and push two of them. So maybe he can get his standing. Now, granted, it might send him kind of out of the way. But I'd suppose I'd say, Chef, heads up. That way he knows I'm doing something.
What's going on?
Yep.
I'm just gonna attack you a little here. Just hold on.
Cider patented barrel roll.
Okay, so ways in which you could tackle one another, I would accept. I would accept like a strength roll to just kind of to just try to slide along the ground along the base of his costume. I could see you using Unstoppable to do this. I could see, those are the kind of things I see. If you had fighting, you might be able to do something with that. I'm open to suggestions.
Let's see. Should I? What do you think? Should I drop Unstoppable on this?
Sure. If it'll bowl him out of the way, and
pretty much, yeah. I'll probably do that to see if I can just do Hulk smash and get Sandy to some point of being unincapacitated.
Okay. And just remember, Cider, you still have your 3 bennies left, so
Correct.
If you really need to use Unstoppable again, you can pitch a benny and do that. Okay. So just seeing oh no, this is happening again. If it's not Germans, it's zombies.
I have the huff out of the nose.
Yeah, there we go. And which is extra funny because you're dressed as a ketchup bottle. And you go charging towards them and just kind of bear hug Chef as you run into him, and the two of you, these two big cylinders, go rolling out of the way. The two ponies who are trying to secure the rucksack over his head, or not rucksack, but the big burlap sack over his head, go flying to the side as you yank Chef out of the way, and both of you go tumbling through a tent and out down a small hill, and kind of come to a stop about a few yards outside of the carnival. In a heap, your costume's kind of bent up and mashed from the fall.
My hat.
Wave my hoof up. Don't you be taking my mustard!
Get this off of me! Help!
Pull it off.
That was dark.
Yeah, I find putting bags over your head does get kind of dark. I know this from past experiences. All right. So, long story short, them bad smiley folks tried to bag you. Just didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I kind of noticed.
All right.
'Cause normally you aren't putting bags over my head.
Not normally.
Not now. That's not the time for that kind of discussion.
Not right now. We'll move along that discussion.
We're not supposed to talk about that.
No, that moving on.
Anyway,
let's talk about that.
So yeah, you've probably caused a bit of a commotion. So what do you want to do?
Let's see.
We should probably.
Oh, we just had an impromptu wrestling match. I won. You get to start next time.
Yeah, that's totally. That's what just happened.
Yep.
So these smiley ponies, man, they're smiley and smell weird. It's just here we go again. So where do you think we should go?
All right.
All the ponies in this town seem to be.
I suppose that we should probably at least pick ourselves up and trot at least away from where we were being tagged and bagged.
Yes, as nonchalant as possible. Yes.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so the other places you can go, the town is probably relatively empty, if not almost totally empty, because every pony is over here at the carnival, and there's also the farm up the road.
All right, so, Chef, how deep in this rabbit hole you want to go? Because, all right, I got two options. I don't think this carnival's unsafe no more.
Maybe we should go and check out this doctor guy.
See, that's what I was thinking. Me and you heads alike. Because if that's the case, I mean, there are a bunch of ponies here. I kind of feel a little morally obligated to help out. So if there's some tomfoolery going on, some shenanigans especially, I feel like we should take a look. So all this kind of hedges upon the farm. So how about we just, creep as much as a mustard and a ketchup bottle can up to yonder farm?
I'm imagining you walking along and holding tree branches to the other side.
It's like, don't worry. This is the natural the wild mustard bottle in its natural habitat.
It's like, hey, if they can have zap apples, why can't they have mustard trees and ketchup trees?
Ketchup tree.
Okay, so you're gonna like go, and kind of shove each other along, and you head up the dirt road that goes uphill towards the old stone farm. It's definitely spooky because you can see behind you at the base of the hill. There's all the lights of the carnival and such, but the road up ahead is dark, and it's like there's some of the full moon is kind of shining through the thick cloud cover. There's a flash of lightning and thunder every once in a while. It's very thematic. It's very So you keep walking up. There's gnarled old trees every which way. Some ghosty types. So as you head up towards the farm, even from this vantage point, you can see that there's one or two ponies kind of like walking around outside the farm, and you can't quite see what they're up to now because it is very dark. But there's other ponies up ahead. So your instincts tell you to be cautious.
Do we happen to still have the burlap bag?
Yeah. How is? Yeah, you didn't. You just tackled him. So.
Hey, Chef, I got an idea.
Oh.
How about the bag over Chef's head? All right. So.
Dark again.
Plan being, I'm gonna pretend being them folks, taking you up here if that's what they were planning to do begin with. So I'm gonna be all glassy-eyed, googly, ooh, and then I take you and we sneak forward. Or this is a terrible idea. One of the two.
Well, that might get us in. That might get us into where we need to go.
All right. Well, since you're unhappily agreeing to my terrible plan, let's do this.
I think that's the eternal state of player characters: is terrible plans.
All right.
Is reluctantly going along with terrible plans. Yes. Okay. So with the bag over Chef's head, that's poor guy. You're gonna kind of hobble him forward up to the farm. As you walk up, the farmhouse looks incredibly old and dilapidated. It's an old building. If the story is indeed true, and this is Dr. Stone's grandfather's, the original Dr. Stone's house. This is this house is from like 100 years ago. So it's got broken windows and it's got a sagging roof covered in old dormers. It'd make a great haunted mansion. The barn is not in much better shape, but from here you can see a faint orange glow from inside, coming through the gaps of the walls and a slightly ajar door. Between the two is a slightly crumpled old steel windmill tower with the blades missing. In their place, it looks like they've installed a big lightning rod on it. The one odd thing you do notice is that the tower itself, there are big like rusty cables going from the lightning rod, and they appear to be going in like through a hole in the wall of the barn.
Chef, you see this?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to
No, you don't. You got a bag on your head.
No, that's right. I don't. I don't see nothing.
I rip out some like holes so he can poke his eyes through.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
You'd also notice sitting right outside the main door of the barn, there are several like shipping pallets, and they're covered in barrels, crates, and big burlap sacks, and it looks all to be pretty freshly delivered.
And you said that there were other people out there.
Yeah. As you're coming up on the path, you have a little bit to react before you get close enough. Yeah. You see a pony like walk out from inside the barn and grabs onto one of the like bags that looks like full of flour or something and drags it back inside the barn. And you saw another one who was walking around the house at some point, but you don't see him right away.
Okay, so I assume that we're going to still keep our plan to head up here, unless Chef has a better idea than silliness. All right,
we should probably poke around here because there's some weird business afoot, and we really. We're in the middle of it now, so running away didn't do us any good.
I suppose
and if we can keep these weirdo ponies from coming to Ponyville, well, that's good to me.
I suppose the usual poke head slowly up behind window, at least one window to see what's going on. Even the possible creepy eyeball just popping up. You know,
the Pinkie Pie,
the Pinkie Pie periscope. Even though I don't have that ability, but
yeah. Maybe next level.
Okay.
Actually, as you're approaching, did you want to go look at like the farmhouse or the barn?
The cables went to which? And
the barn.
Okay, and the pony that came in and out came from the farmhouse?
And also the barn, but there's another pony walking around the farmhouse.
What do you say?
We should, if this house has gaps in the walls and stuff, it doesn't sound like it's that good condition. This doctor is looking really suspicious. Because, Ponyville, we have higher standards.
Yeah, who's their building code?
Dick, you remember that he's supposed to have inherited this, so it might just be his old farm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tell you what, I'm going to place the bet that the farm is going to be where the barn is going to be what we need to go look at. So,
okay. As you kind of sidle up to it to the front door, as you're just about to walk up, the pony steps back outside and it looks like looking like he's come out to grab something from the supply, and stares at you blankly as you walk up.
I just try and do my best zombie like face thing, and then hold Chef there. Just,
He goes, "What is the meaning of this?"
Shaking.
You brought me from the town. I'm an outsider.
I brought an outsider here for you.
It was not necessary to bring the original. We need remember, you need only a piece of them. But no matter. We have to keep things on schedule. Like he kind of looks at you suspiciously. Cider, roll speech.
Oh God, yes. Dear God, something I'm good at. Okay, let's see. So that is going to be the usual D6, and then
I believe you have a D8.
Yes. Okay, I got a 6 on the speech and a 2 on the D6.
Okay, let me roll my little. Well, this is an opposed check, so I'm rolling as well. Okay. All right. Good. So the pony there looks a little like he's a little suspicious at first, but doesn't seem to like. But ponders it for a moment as he looks you over, despite your ridiculous costumes. He goes, "Very well. Make sure that after you've finished preparing his blank, then put him in with the rest of them. I'm going to go report back to the master." And he kind of like walks away back towards the farmhouse.
Yep, can do. Then I lead I lead us kind of away, I guess, towards the farmhouse. Well, that went well.
Wait, to the farmhouse, or you're standing right outside the barn?
Yeah, I suppose if we would just wait a second and then creak head just to double check what's inside.
Inside the barn?
Yes.
Okay. There's like if you want to look like peek inside the barn.
Yes.
Okay. So you look inside the barn. And it's pretty weird. So when you peek in there, it definitely looks like it hasn't been used for animals in a while. The whole floor has been cleared and it's covered in kind of tamped down straw. But in the very center of the barn there's a big metal vat, and it seems it's suspended by like a couple chains that are hung from the rafters. And underneath it is a big fire pit full of hot coals. It seems to be keeping whatever's in the big vat boiling.
Oh, that.
As you move your inside, the whole room just reeks of vinegar, and and even from here you can kind of see the top of the vat, and it's this like boiling like frothy kind of like it looks like green phlegm. It's very like runny but sticky and disgusting.
It's goop.
Yeah, it's goop, and it looks like it's like the set from some old Nickelodeon show or something. Nearby, stacked over along the walls, there's piles and piles of bags of flour, all sorts. You can see the little containers that say wallpaper paste on them, and you spot all sorts of stuff you remember reading from the manifest. 1 second here. Yeah. The bags of flour. You see, there's a whole big stack of barrels, and they all say "Apple Family Apple Vinegar" on them.
I got no part in this.
Yeah, and you can see from the inside here. There's the two rusty cables that are attached to the lightning rod run through a little hole in the wall, and suspended over the big vat is the weird thing. Looks like a big fork, kind of big 2-pronged fork, and it's what the cables are attached to, and it's aimed right at the top, like the center of the goop. And right next to it, there's a whole system of weights and pulleys that are attached to it. There's a platform. It looks like a little hopper, and it seems to be full of look like bags of flour.
All right, Chef, I'm going to take a gander that this ain't good. I'm going to take just random shot in the dark.
I don't think he's making food in here. This is
okay.
This is some real strange. I don't like this.
All right, so let's run through what's happened. Googly-eyed ponies. We had that thistle lady that got googly too. That raffle ticket was bad. And thus far, there's a googly dude in here or just a weird googly dude that might be making googly dudes out of googly goo.
As you kind of review it, you look over, and against one of the walls, there's a whole stack of they look like burlap sacks at first, but you kind of look closely, and it's a whole stack of what look like big they're big like burlap shapes, and they appear to be life-size pony mannequins. They're made from sewn together sackcloth.
Maybe them experiments. They weren't no old mare's tails or whatever. That's
might not be now. All right, so I think we should probably sneak away from the door and hide somewhere in the dark area so we would not be as seen while we.
Okay.
Probably discuss.
You guys can just crouch down next to behind the stack of crates and the stack of flour that's sitting outside.
All right.
So you got a good hiding spot.
So and of course hush toad. All right, so Chef. Let's go through. So you said the stitching thingy in the back of the head. That mannequin things looks like stitching. So you figure that these are like some oogly googly goo things in burlap bag?
That looks like maybe they're making ponies out of googly goo. I don't know.
All right, so the way I figure, there's two things we could do. things we could do. One is go check out the farm, go check out the farmhouse, see what's around there, because I got me a feeling the town's hiding somewhere. Them other ponies down there ain't really them ponies. But my other option is I go run, kick over that thing over there, and we win.
I don't think that's the wisest idea, because you are real good at this bad idea thing.
Right.
And I know that that's your thing, but I don't think kicking over a giant vat of boiling goo is going to do any pony around here any good on the fact that it's a giant vat of boiling goo.
So you're saying it probably ain't a good idea to just thug it?
I think we should probably see if we could take a better look at what's inside here, and because those mannequin thingies, they deserve, I think, a second or third look. Because, I mean,
all right,
are they just mannequins? Are there ponies in there? It's really weird.
Sandy, this be a good idea for the plan. You are the king of stealth, so what I figure. You sneak on yourself in there, figure out what's going on. I'll stick here by the door, keep your lookout. Anything happens, caw-caw! Or do the kite.
Let's go with that caw. That seems like a less noticeable in the sky with, thunderstorms going on.
Oh, all right.
Type of thing.
Besides, I have to make a kite. Oh, look, burlap bags. I already got half of it.
No. No need to make a kite. No need to make a kite.
All right. All right. So I assume at this point I remove said bag over Sandy's head, and we can start with covert operation with me guarding the door.
Okay. Apple cider, if you also want, I'm saying it's rickety old barn. From your hiding place, you can look in through like a crack in the wall.
Yes. All right.
And I'll watch. And you're going to send your friend in there after it. Okay. So, Chef, you kind of reluctantly edge your way inside, try to get your hat around the door, and you step back inside. What did you want to examine here inside?
I just want to take a look at those mannequins, because to me they look like they could, are they mannequins? They stuffed with flour, or poke it with a hoof?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you walk over to the stack, and there's several different what look like stages here. There's a couple just empty burlap bags, which it looks like a pony doll someone made that hasn't been stuffed yet. And they've got Earth Pony ones and Pegasi ones and Unicorn ones. And then next to it, you can see that there's like a little funnel and a couple other things. It looks like they're filling them with flour and wallpaper paste.
This is some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of crouch down, look around. So they got this goo, and they got paste and flour and burlap sacks.
Yeah, you see the mannequins are actually they're fairly complete. They've got these big like ugly seams on them, but all the mannequins, it looks like they look like they're all life size. Well proportioned. It's very strange.
And they're Vol 3 pony types?
Yeah.
I don't look around. Do I spy any larger than normal ones?
No.
With both? Like,
No. You don't. Those stacks. Like the only other thing really in here is the cauldron.
Yeah, and I think kicking that over would be probably not the best idea, because
I can still kick it.
This whole time it's bubbling and churning and making these like a bubble will form to pop disgustingly.
So is the guy still in here?
No, he said he shuffled off towards the farmhouse.
Oh, okay.
He put you in charge, so you fooled him sufficiently.
Hooray! All right, well, I'm still kind of quasi-watching the door to make sure no one else comes in. Since there's no one in, just like, Sandy, how we doing?
I'll sneak back out. Man, AC, you do the whole that old mindless drone thing real well.
Huh?
All right, let's take a look. Let's check out this farmhouse, but keep an eye open for that other pony, because I don't want any trouble here.
I like to keep both eyes open.
Yeah. So,
as you're doing that, Cider, you see something move inside the barn.
I poke my head. Yeah.
Yeah. As you watch, there's some like movement from the surface of the vat, and it looks like something like rising out of it almost.
Chef. Chef, pull on it, chef.
I see.
Move a little closer towards the vat. What in High Celestia's court of honor guard is this?
So you step inside real quick to take a closer look, and as you get close, you kind of like do the kind of Applejack, raise your heads a little bit look over the surface of the cauldron, and you didn't notice it at first, but yeah, there are like things floating in the cauldron, and as you get close, you kind of jump back as there's a loud slurping noise. The surface of the boiling goo breaks, and to your horror, the head of a pony emerges from it, and slowly begins rising out of it, like dripping this horrible green goo down it. It looks like a pony with no mane or tail, and its fur is just completely slick. So it looks like this big like newt almost.
It's Slendermane.
It's big like staring eyes and completely like blank expression are like especially creepy. And as you're kind of backing up frightenedly, it begins like climbing itself out of the vat, and then eventually goes. Lands on the ground. It just horrible vinegar smell.
I'm
gonna ask both of you to roll courage.
All right.
And let's see, courage. That's I'm not a brave pony apparently.
Let's see. I have a D6 in courage, so my first.
Apparently, I'm ahead of the game because I rolled a 6 on my D6.
Good.
Okay, and I'm going to roll 1 6. All right. Let's see. So my first roll was a 6. Second roll is a 5. And then rolling again with the random is a 4. So
11.
Yeah, that means my highest is 11.
Okay.
I have the most courage.
Okay. And Chef, or your 2 rolls were a 6 and a 2?
No, I rolled a 6 and then a 2, and then I re-rolled the 6 and got a 2 on the D6 for a total of 8.
Okay, yes. And then you're untrained, so it's -2, but it's still a 6. So both of you are kind of like frightened and disturbed by this, but but you're not having panic attacks or anything. You both more than succeeded your courage rolls. Yeah, the thing is absolutely it's really kind of creepy looking. You can see it looks like it looks like a pony. It's muscled and has all this everything, but at the same time you can still see where the seams were when it was one of these burlap things. You get the you get the impression that those might fade as time goes, but fresh out of the vat, it looks like it's got a big Frankenstein's monster thing going.
I'm getting the distinct feeling that this ain't right. All right.
And as soon as that pony clears the vat, there's a few seconds later, there's another. It's a flash of lightning outside, and you see the fork that's hanging over hanging over the cauldron zaps and fires a little lightning bolt into the surface of the vat. And as that happens, there's a counterweight and some pulleys and ropes move, and the little hopper above it drops what looks like one of those blanks into the vat, like one of the burlap ponies filled with flour, and it goes and then immediately sinks into the bottom of the vat. So it's automated.
That's something, AC.
All right.
Wow.
Okay, new plan. All right. Instead of thugging the big cauldron, can I go thug a windmill?
If you could buck down a windmill, I would like to see you try.
It's It's a big steel. It's one of those big steel towers.
All right. So, thought being, and I imagine that at this point we'd probably be walking backwards slowly out of said barn.
Yeah. Sure enough. As soon as the newt has stepped out of the cauldron and the new blank has been fit into it, there's like a rusty bell in the corner of the barn, which goes and starts ringing. Apparently signaling that it's finished.
All right. Okay. This is what I figured. There's two things. I can either try and kick over a windmill, which I ain't sure I do, or we go check out that farmhouse and see if that gets us any more clues, because as far as I know, we've got big goopy flour burlap bag babies being made in here, and I ain't feeling being a daddy today.
Yeah, I think we should book it out of here, because whoever's making these is probably going to come looking to make sure they can. This one doesn't wander off.
They mentioned something about just needing hair, so I think they just need hair, or just need a little, to actually make these things, which looking like the town folk, but ain't the town folk. So then somehow must be that town folk be round town folk.
Yeah. As you say that, you hear a voice from behind you. How very astute.
Oh!
And sure enough, at the barn.
I am one of you. Don't worry. Look, I found her.
Yeah, sure enough, at the door of the barn is the pony you saw earlier and Dr. Stone, who kind of gives you his wicked grin.
Ah, what a nice setup you got here.
But Chef, it's not nice at all.
Don't worry yourself. It'll all be over soon enough.
Oh, that's
cryptic.
Not very encouraging. So, looks like you're a pony of science.
Indeed I am, and I intend to go on continuing my experiments without further interruption.
Experiments? I didn't see no experiments. You're a scientist. I didn't know that.
And indeed, he takes a step inside, and you see his horn glows like pink, and you hear like, and all of the shutters and the doors in the barn snap shut.
Unicorns, they're magic.
Now remember, Chef, we had them lessons.
Okay, well, that'll be nice and not wet in here because of the storm. That's awful nice of you for closing the shutters. So when you say all over soon, you mean your experiments will be done soon, right? That's not anything. That's not a threat, is it?
Well, at the stroke of midnight tonight, I go from the experimental phase, onto my original plan. He grins evilly.
And for those of us that haven't been caught up on the said original plan, what would that entail?
Simple, really. Tonight, by midnight tonight, Thunderclap Pass will be mine. Tomorrow, all of Equestria.
That's a rather large area, though. And granted, I could understand that using goo ponies to set up an election supposedly would work, even though I think there's ethical concerns. But I'm not entirely sure Princess would be too kind on. I don't think they get elected. They get elected, Chef?
I'm pretty sure they don't get elected.
Yeah, I think there's a problem with the plan. Princesses don't get elected.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that when it comes.
Oh,
for the moment now, I believe we have two we have two intruders here on my experiment.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Tell you what, I say the two of us go take care of them for you. If you just unshutter those doors, we'll just take care. We'll take a look.
There's another bolt of lightning outside, and the vat is zapped once again with lightning.
Yeah.
Did you? He goes, Newt. Dr. Stone turns to the pony next to him. Newt, did you load his blank in already? Yes. He goes, yes, sir. Oh, good. Then you'll be able to see the fruit of my labors.
Fruit. It's great.
I like fruit. Name's apple cider. It's all about fruit.
He gestures to the cauldron behind you, and as you watch, another form starts stepping out of the cauldron.
Did I mention that's really creepy? Like, you can't make that do it different. Like, if I'm just saying, just by a standpoint, like if you're gonna go around like creating a whole goopy goop army, maybe aesthetics and making them not crawl out of friggin' vat looks so gosh darn creepy.
You start kind of choke on your words as the new Newt kind of steps out of the cauldron, and you see that it's a copy of you.
And so behind Sandy, pointing hoof.
Yeah. It looks almost exactly like you. You know, sans mane and tail.
Oh, that's. There's only room in this world for one apple cider, so that's just not cool. That's.
Oh, you didn't worry about that, but after midnight tonight, there will be only one.
Ah!
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
All right. I'm thinking I might need to go back to plan A, Sandy.
And what would that be?
I'm gonna go kick me a big tub of stuff.
I think that's a good idea.
Dr. Stone snaps to attention. Like, enough of this cliched nonsense. Take care of them, will you? We're almost behind schedule as it is. And with that, we're going to go to initiative.
All right.
So I'm gonna draw. I got a little deck of cards here. Just for the people who are listening, Savage Worlds instead of rolling for initiative, it's kind of novel in that it uses a deck of playing cards. Same suits order: spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs, and you go and it's numerical order first. Aces are high, and if you get there are two jokers in the deck, just so people know. If you get a joker in Savage Worlds, you can go anytime you want on the turn, and you get a +2 to your rolls. So,
jeez, wow,
it's cool. And there's several edges you can take that give you even cooler abilities when you get a joker. And
can the opponents get jokers too?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't. I pass the joker I draw over to the next player.
Okay.
Just because like it's complication, and also it's just kind of like meh.
All of a sudden you're fighting this beastie now.
Yeah, it gets kind of complicated. I'm not like a super hostile GM, especially in this game. It actually depends on the game, but as I said, I like it. Just like meh. I don't like the idea of NPCs getting wild cards. So I'm going to draw apple cider. You get a 10 of hearts.
Yay.
Chef, you get a 6 of hearts. The good doctor gets a 3 of clubs. And the newt get a 2 of hearts. Interesting. Okay, so just to repeat, the initiative order right now is apple cider with a 10 of hearts, Chef Sandy with a 6 of hearts, the doctor with a 3 of clubs, and the newts with a 2 of hearts. So apple cider, you go first. And just to remind you, for combat initiative, you have like an action, and you can move. You can move your pace for free. If you want to perform multiple actions, you can split them, but both actions receive a penalty equal to the number of actions that you're undertaking. So if you wanted to split your action into 2, you could do two different things, and there would be a penalty to both.
Okay.
So if you really need to like double time, you can do that, but it's riskier.
Okay, so first off, explain to me the makeup of the so you've got the cables leading into the vat. Are they just like I suppose they're just oh wait, go for it.
I was just saying, like the cables are kind of suspended. They're attached to that kind of fork-like mechanism that's hovering over that's hung over the vat. But
okay, explain to me some of the stuff that is around, because we've got the bags, we've got the suits. Because my thoughts are, if we can launch something up there to knock that thing out, we score the touchdown. You know, if we can knock that out, we take care of it. Okay.
I can run through, just explain the scenery around you. So you're in like one end of the barn. I'd say it's like a 25 foot by 25 foot open area. At one end there's the barn door, which is currently being guarded by the doctor and one of his assistants. In the middle of the barn is the big cauldron, which is like 10 feet across. It's a big cauldron. And it's suspended from like the kind of rafters on the ceiling by a couple chains, and it's got the kind of like lightning mechanism attached to it, and that runs out the wall towards where the tower is. And yeah, on either side, kind of scattered around, are piles of the various like supplies needed to make these things. So you can pretty much reach any like most parts of the barn with one movement. So you don't need to worry about that too much.
All right. So my thoughts are that, and you can decide which one of these two sounds most logical. If we can, or Sandy, and however, we could either try and take out the mechanism, or we could just try and flood the barn with goop. Because if we can knock out the chains, and we knock the front two out, I imagine it would just tip forward, cause a cascade of goop, break open the doors, we celebrate and have cider.
Cider.
I have that song running in my head at the time.
Otherwise, the other option is we make some form of crude trebuchet and knock out
try to fly to Canterlot.
Celestia, we have flown here on this trebuchet to deliver you this message.
We wish to inform you that something is afoot. Excuse me, we overshot. We're flying away.
I'm suddenly getting like I'm reminded of that scene from Galaxy Quest, or Tony Shalhoub's character is like, "Can you fashion some sort of rudimentary lathe?"
Yes, that is exactly what I was referencing. Anyway. I think we could definitely probably launch some of the stuff at the mechanism, because the cables are probably going to be the weakest part. The chains are probably going to be pretty sturdy if they're holding up that thing. But if you if you go for the weakest link, you can probably take it down. Now, granted, also you said the barn's in disrepair, correct?
Yeah, it's pretty rickety.
Okay, so we could probably just try taking out the supports itself that are holding that, and probably take it out.
Well, we should, if we can take out the cables. I mean, no more electricity is getting into that goop. That no more nulls are gonna pop out while we're trying to deal with these other guys.
Right, but if you're suddenly a Pegasus, please inform me.
Well,
getting up there might be a little fun.
The cauldrons, it's on the ground and the wires are going into it, right?
I was saying the cauldron is suspended over because it's got like a bunch of coals that are keeping it boiling. So it's suspended by chains over the center of the over the center of the barn, and then the little fork mechanism that seems to be like firing the lightning into the vat is what's attached to the lightning rod outside.
And are the cables that are sending the lightning in, are they a little bit further up? Would we be able to like jump and get them?
Yeah, you could do that.
I could get electrocuted, Sandy. Snap them away.
Yeah.
I think that if we tried to take out the goop, that would and we could get behind it as the great tsunami of goo comes out, we would probably solve two problems at once, and it's more fun. So
always a plus.
Yes. So that is my thoughts. You weigh in your decision now, Sandy.
I think we should. Oh, you put me on the spot. I think we should try to jump up and get them cables because no electricity means no more.
All right, well, tell you what. You take care of since you've gotten your face smacked around enough in these past 2 campaigns. You go do your thing and try and handle that. I will fend off these 2.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Apple cider, you're up first. So what are you going to do?
Let's see. I can use speech to try and persuade or let's see, because I don't have intimidate, but maybe I could use speech to try and persuade or try and convince them against their villainous ways.
Yeah, I remember, just trying to. Part of the whole contest of will combat thing. So you can use speech and kind of combine it with some role playing and narrative causality. It doesn't have to be just you sitting there talking to them. You can be doing some action along there as well. But you can use speech to do something like that. So
yeah, I'll use some little speech and I'll just be like, no, I just want to tell you that I admire a man of science and and trying to block view as much as I can of what Sandy is trying to do behind me because I hope that he is trying to do something. Okay. And just try and jabbermouth my way to distracting them, and yeah.
Okay. Which enemy do you want to target specifically?
Let's go for the doctor because he is going to be the one that I would be most trying to reason with. So.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a speech check, and it's going to be opposed by one of his attributes. I need to actually check that really quick. 1 second.
Okay.
I sometimes can't remember my own stuff, so there's a lot to remember. Okay. So you're using speech. Okay, and this is opposed by his smarts.
Oh God, I'm fighting a doctor with my speech. Save me, Sandy.
Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes, and remember, you do have your bennies if you want to spend them.
Yep.
So you're going to roll speech.
Yep, which was a 7, and my other dice, my general dice was a D6, which ended up being 4, so 7 would be the high number.
Okay, and now I'm just going to explain this out. So the way contest of will attacks work in this system is that you roll one of your attack skills in quotations, and it's either grace, provoke, speech, or swagger. In this case, speech, and it's opposed by one of the target's attributes. And they roll just that die. They don't roll their wild die. And the way it works is if they also have their willpower score. So it's whichever it's opposed by whichever is higher, the roll or the willpower score. So willpower is just supposed to like the minimum theoretical minimum you could roll. So I'm going to roll now. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. The doctor rolls a 17.
Oh God.
He has a D10 smarts, and I rolled a 10 and a 7.
Oh boy!
So he looks amused by your attempt to persuade him, but it's just like he kind of says, "Oh hush!" Like we all know how this is going to end.
With us getting away,
and
squee noise.
If you'd like to believe that, sure. So that totally fails.
Yep.
Did you want to use you still have your move action if you wish? Is there a particular spot you wanted to move to?
Do I want to? The only thing I can think is try and block and hope Sandy does something. It's
all on you, Sandy.
Yeah, I know.
Don't screw up, we all die.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, really. I suppose I would. So there's just random stuff around. Would there happen to be a something that I could use as a rudimentary shield?
Well, that's the thing. There are actually, yeah, I would say that there's there are like pallets around there. There are crates, and you can probably assume that there's some like rusty farm tools kind of laying under some cobwebs in the corner.
Okay, I try and grab some of them. Just probably like a pallet, and I probably will end up being... Tell you what, let's move this... let's try and do something and try and do a callback. I end up finding a pallet and a garden hose.
Okay. Well, so remember, you use your action to do
yes. All right, so
I'm saying, but you can move into place.
Yeah, I move because I see, like, oh, there's stuff over there. Get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now we go to Chef Sandy's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try to, those cables. I want to try to at least knock that out of the way so that it's not going to be sending electricity into the goo and making more of these goo ponies for the moment.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
So do you happen to have any ranks in the sports skill?
No.
Okay.
I have agility. I've got a 4 in agility.
Everyone has agility. This is one attribute. If you had sport, I might ask for the sport if you want to do like a Fosbury flop on top of the cables or something. But let's see. I would say I could ask for an agility roll. If you're just trying to jump up there and like grab
it in my mouth and try to tug them loose from the mooring.
Yeah.
Just kind of pull it to the floor and jump back because live cable in a storm.
Yep.
All right, let's see what
any second. So
see what the dice say. I got a 1 on the D4 and a 6 on the D6.
All right, roll that.
And another 6.
Woohoo!
And a 5. So 17.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no minus.
No, there's no minus. It's an attribute. So I can't argue with that. Chef Sandy, in a very impressive form, like especially since he's bound up inside of a big like foam rubber mustard bottle, leaps up and like hooks his front 2 hooves over the 2 cables and just puts all his weight on him. The whole there's a loud crack as you see the big fork mechanism and the cables come like yank off of their sockets and like being held in them and the whole thing goes and crumbling to the ground. And with that kind of roll, he lands like perfectly. So
it's like ha.
Yeah. So
now.
You hear like a loud. And then there's a loud like thump and a crash as you realize you yanked on the cable so hard it just pulled the tower along with it, and the tower crashes into the side of the barn.
Oh, and cinematic action.
Yeah, you managed to dodge out of the way, fine, but now there's a big gaping hole in the wall, and it's a big mess, and it shakes. The whole barn shakes, and you see the cauldron begins to sway.
Oh boy.
Dr. Stone does not look at all amused.
There, no more goo ponies. This ends here. Ponies need to be ponies and not made of goo.
Yeah,
not being made of goo and freedom is the right of all sentient ponies.
Yeah,
beings. There we go.
So, with that, very impressive. So you've taken out the entire that entire system. So now it goes to the doctor's turn, and at this point he is pissed. So you've destroyed his grandfather's old machinery, and he's very upset about this. So
take that.
Yeah. Let's see. So he's like, you think that's going to stop me? And he lowers his horn at you, Chef, and begins casting a spell. So roll. This is an opposed roll. Roll your spirit.
These unicorns, they're magic.
Sandy, them classes.
Do I roll a wild card die or just?
Yeah, you roll a wild die. It's just a normal spirit check.
I rolled 3 on both.
Oh, okay.
My face.
He rolls a 5, so he's successful. So he casts a spell, and you see you can see you glow red for a second, and you just feel this icy chill in your heart as he literally magically sucks the courage right out of you. So you are now shaken, which if you remember, that what it means is when you're shaken, you can only move at half speed, and the only action you can take is to try to become unshaken, and which in this case is a spirit roll. And if you're if that's your action, if you're successful, you're no longer shaken. If you're successful and get a raise on the roll, you can then act normally. But it's something you have to do on your turn. You can also be successful and then spend a Benny to automatically act. So it's kind of like he's kind of like locked you down for a second. It's a terrible feeling, but he's magically draining the like courage out of you.
Cider. That's kind of scary.
There's you see the one newt next to the doctor ducks out I will go for help and ducks out the door. So
yeah,
I don't think he's gonna go to help us.
That's a shame.
There are the two of them that are left. There's the first one you saw and the apple cider clone. To make it extra fun, the apple cider clone lunges at you, apple cider.
No.
And
I wanted to be friends with my clone.
And attempts to grapple you. So what is your evade?
Let's see. My evade is 2.
Okay, so minimum. So the way that grapple is a fighting roll, and if I'm successful, evade replaces parry in the normal Savage Worlds. So he's gonna attempt to like grab you. So I'm gonna roll here. Okay. Gets a 6 on a d6 and then a 4. So yeah, you are grabbed.
Oh no.
Let me check something. I believe if you get high enough. Let's see. One moment. Sorry.
Bad goo clone. Bad.
Yes. Okay. So he grabbed like the apple cider clone walks up and just like wraps his front hooves around you, and they're like these horrible like vinegar smelling noodles, and entangles you with it.
No, not noodles.
Yeah, he's like slimy and unpleasant, and like tackles you to the ground. Since he rolled a raise on it, he gets not only are you grappled, but you are also shaken.
I see. This is like that noodle incident all over again.
Except this time the spaghetti is not good.
Okay, and with that, the other newt, the first one that came out, is going to attempt to grab Chef Sandy. So what's your evade? 2 as well?
Let me see. Look at my sheet real quick. My evade is 3.
Okay, 3. So you must. I think you have a single rank in dodge then.
Yep.
Okay. So.
Well.
Or no. It should.
Yeah,
be,
I have a single rank in dodge.
It should be a 4 then.
Okay, then 4.
So let's see. So you are slightly more slippery. And he rolls a 3 and he fails to grapple you. The horrible like pony simulacrum Frankenstein's monster thing leaps at you, but you must be on a roll from previously, and you can duck out of the way at the last second.
It's like, don't keep your slimy noodle things off of me.
Okay, and then we go to turn 2. So there's still two newts. The doctor is still up. Both of you are shaken, and AC in particular is grappled. He's in this big like he's in a big like throwdown with this clone of himself. All right. Apple Cider, you get a 7 of hearts. Chef Sandy gets the King of Hearts. Dr. Stone gets a 6 of clubs. And the Newts get a Queen of Hearts. So turn order is Chef, the Newts, the AC, and the Doctor. So, Chef, you're up.
All right, so what do I roll to unshake myself?
Okay.
So it's the spirit?
Yeah, you're going to roll spirit. And just remember, here are your 2 options. If you are successful, you're no longer shaken. If you wish to spend a Benny, you can then act normally. If you roll a raise, you're unshaken and act normally and don't need to spend a Benny. So go ahead and roll spirit.
All right.
And you get your wild die on this. It's a trait test.
Double 5.
Double 5. Okay. So currently you're succeeding. You'll become unshaken, but that's all of your turn. So you can spend a Benny if you wish to act normally.
All right, I'll spend a Benny and try to get Try to help AC.
Thank you.
Oh, God, get the noodles off him.
So much spaghetti.
Horrible.
Up some bad memories, guys.
Yeah. Let's. One moment. I need to check something here.
Remember that time that unicorn used that spell? I was trying to cook dinner. You have unicorns and their magic.
No, Sandy, we took classes. We're supposed to overcome
You keep saying that. You keep saying that, but it keeps happening, bro. It keeps happening.
So okay, so AC, you're no longer shaken, and you spend your Benny. Is that the only one you spent so far?
Yeah, that's the only. Well, I'm trying to see because I used my feet last time, and I don't think I used a Benny.
You didn't. No, you didn't need to.
Yeah.
I think Chef, you might have spent
I
one
used
previously.
Benny.
Okay, so you're down to one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Apple Cider I think hasn't used his yet, so he's good.
I had a single Benny.
Okay, so Chef, you're ready to rock, and go ahead. You can take your full turn now.
All right, so I'm going to try to. I want to try to get AC free.
Free me,
Okay.
free me.
Ways you can do that. You could. You could attempt. You could try to incapacitate the newt that's attacking him.
Oh, I got an idea. What if you put a burlap bag over its head?
That could work.
That could work. Burlap sack over the head and then not push him over, maybe.
Woohoo!
Shove him over.
Or just confuse him enough, maybe.
So yeah, things. Here's some things you could do. You could use one of your contest will skills. I think.
Swagger.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that would work. You could go up and intimidate him, and give him the old bucket over the head. So
I'll give him the old
Your face.
Yeah. So go ahead with that.
All right.
So you're gonna run up and try to get your friend free here. So Go ahead and roll swagger.
All right, I rolled an 8 for my D8 and a 4 on the D6. So let's roll that again.
I think I'm
and
getting
a 6 on the D6 or D8 the second time. So 14.
Oh. Okay, so his defense, his willpower is a 4, and his roll is a 4, and you got a 14. So you have you hit successfully, and you get 2 raises over him. So. Your first success shakes him. Second one gives him a daunt. Third one, the second raise gives him another daunt. But he is not a wild card, so he takes a single daunt and is out. So you mechanically down him in one punch.
Dang!
Yay!
So Chef, who's now hulking out now that his friend's in danger. You run up and grabbing the corner of his roll-up bag, just slam it over the fake Chef Cider clone's head, and now it's just like a lumpy burlap sack with 2 little legs sticking out of it, and stumbles and falls over, and is just kind of sitting there squirming. So he is out of the picture for this fight.
I was just about to reason with him, but no, I like the fact what you did. That's good.
Okay, so the next 2 things, there's 1 newt left and the doctor.
Okay, so let's see. All right,
and it goes closing. So AC is done.
Yep. Or Sandy's done.
Sandy's done.
Yep.
And so well done on that one. So it's actually it's the newt's turn. So there's the second one, the one that initially emerged from the cauldron, and he comes rearing up towards you again, Chef. Especially considering your recent success. So your evade is 4. Okay. He rolls a 7. So he grabs you.
Ah!
And it's incredibly unpleasant. It's like being grabbed by some horror. Yeah, it's vinegary, and he's covered in what feels like phlegm because it's that weird goo from the vat.
Ew.
So,
Ew.
Gross. Okay, so you're grabbed. While you're grabbed, you can't move, and any action that is not escaping from the grab is at -4.
All right.
But so we'll get to that when he gets the next turn. So that's the newt's done. AC, your turn.
Yay! All right, so let's see. I've got Meanie McMeanie Pant Doctor Caster Spellers.
And you're still shaken, but you're now free of being grappled.
Yes. So I still need to recover from shaking.
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll. Here's the thing. I updated the rules recently to include there's 2 types of shaken. I added physically and mentally. Just it's a kind of a caveat I always wanted to add, and it means since he shook you with a physical action rather than some kind of psychological thing, so you recover with vigor instead of spirit in this case.
Okay.
And just for the listeners, this is coming in the next revision, which I will release fairly soon, and it's a little rule I've been meaning to add for a while. But so here it is. So you go ahead and roll vigor instead of spirit to be unshaken in this instance.
Okay. And do I still roll the D6 as well?
Yeah, it's just a normal vigor just check. So
okay, so vigor was a D6, which got a 3, and reset. And then the other one was a 1, so we'll go with 3.
Okay, so you can spend a Benny to re-roll this if you wish.
I've got enough of them. Let's do it.
Okay, so you spend 1. Go ahead and re-roll.
Okay, and I roll both, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whole thing.
All right, I got a 5, and I got a 2.
Okay, so the 5 is enough to be successful. If you wish, just giving your options, you could spend another Benny to be able to act this turn if you wish.
I'll pass on that. So.
Okay, so you're good for now. So that's it. So you managed to get up and reassemble yourself, reassemble your catch of hat. Okay, and it goes to the doctor's turn.
No.
And, yeah, he's not having none of this. So, let's see. What would the doctor like to do in this situation? Okay, he's going to let's see. Yeah, he's going to use another spell on you.
You being.
Let's see. I'm gonna. Both of you have sufficiently pissed him off. I think he's going to go for Chef. Honestly, Chef's destroyed his life's work, or begun to destroy his life's work. So he's going to attempt to grab you telekinetically.
Ah!
So. Yes. Okay. So go ahead. Roll. Yeah. So Chef, roll Spirit again, and this is opposed against his knowledge magic.
All right.
Oh.
2 and 2.
Oh boy.
Okay. So yeah, he grabs you successfully, and you get a roll against it because it's against your will. And so so you suddenly feel weightless as he grabs you with this telekinetic spell and begins lifting you off the ground.
Does that include the thing that's grappled with him?
Oh no, it's he's not grappled anymore.
I thought you were. Huh. Okay.
No, he's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
One attacked him earlier, but it failed to grab him. So
Okay.
But Chef, he picks you up and he's levitating you over towards the cauldron.
Hey, see, I don't need a goo bath right now. This is bad.
So I'm gonna make I have like a little map going here, but so he can't quite. It's only a pace. He'll only levitate you a pace of 4. So he could get you there next turn if something's not done about it.
Oh, something's gonna get done about it.
Okay, so that's the and Dr. Shun, he's not gonna move. He likes where he is. So
I am hoping that I can that I am before the doctor on the next initiative.
Okay, so new turn. Apple cider. You get a King of Spades.
Woohoo!
Chef, King of Clubs. Doctor, 10 of Diamonds. And the last newt gets an Ace of Diamonds.
Now, if you're tied for the same thing, who goes first?
Suit order. So Apple cider with his spades over Chef's clubs.
All right.
Okay, so the newt goes first, and the newt is going to go after you, AC.
Oh no.
He's gonna.
All right.
He's not having. He's gonna try to stop you. So he's gonna try to grab you.
Okay.
And wow. Okay. Luckily for you, he rolled a 1.
Okay.
Which is the only roll. Anything but a 1, he would have successfully grabbed you because your evade is only 2.
That's what happens when you're gooey.
Yes, it is. So he just barely tries to grab you and goes bloop, and like kind of slips off. So
Okay.
that's good luck for you. So it goes to AC's turn.
All right, I'm gonna thug him.
Okay.
I'm gonna charge this unicorn because at the very least, if he is having to channel this spell, I think that it's going to make it where he's going to have a little bit trouble keeping the spell and having to prevent a big charging pile of ponies.
Yes,
so.
you can interrupt his spell. Let me bring up this thing in the book real quick. I kind of want to check on this.
Okay.
Let's see.
I do not want a double Sandy, or I also don't want boiled Sandy.
I'm sure I wouldn't taste very good.
No, especially considering the fact you're not supposed to eat that.
Yeah. Just say no to cannibalism.
Unless for whatever reason, I mean, it's made out of flour, so maybe they're just like key lime ponies. You know, they're delicious key lime. You know?
They're made of meringue. Yeah.
Sandy, what have we done? We've destroyed the next culinary delight.
But yeah. Okay, so I'm just checking here. The rule on I just double checked the rule on disrupting spells. Okay, and that sounds good. So what are you going to do to the doctor then?
I'm going to go with straight up tackle.
Okay. You're going to attempt to like. Okay, I would say that'd probably be
probably grapple.
Okay.
So.
Remember, there is the rule against just like punching a pony in the face.
Yeah, it's just going to be a grapple.
Okay, so here's your options. Grapple is a fighting roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go right ahead.
All right, so let's see. So I don't have any fighting, so I'm just going to have to do this as a D4, D6.
All right.
But this is my courage going at it.
I'm just saying you could if you have other options too. You can use one of your contest of will skills, but I suppose at this point he's just going to go for it.
I'm just thugging it, and it was lucky because my D4 was a 4.
All right.
And so roll again on that. 4.
Nice. Okay.
2. All right, so 4, a 4, and a 2 minus 2.
That's an 8. Okay, so you so you grapple him, and with that raise, he is now shaken.
Yoo-hoo!
Okay. So the doctor's shaken. Let's see, we update here. And grappled. So you got him. And he has to make a successful smarts roll to see if he maintains the power properly. So here goes. Wow. Sometimes I wish I had a web camera for this. His roll is a 2 and a 2.
Ha!
So he disrupts the power. And I'm.
Oh, yeah.
So Chef goes and drops to the ground with the sound of a giant plasticine rubber mustard bottle hitting the ground. You drop to the ground like 5 feet shy of the cauldron.
Yay!
I have my GM bennies on this one, but I usually save those for times in which he's personally threatened. So that's good. So Chef, you are now free. And I think apple cider's good for now, so it goes to Chef. Your turn.
Okay, so back around to me then. So there's one newt and the unicorn and the doctor, huh?
Yeah, and who's currently got apple cider wrapped around him.
I'm gonna swagger that other newt because I don't want him, interfering with old apple cider, keeping things down over there.
And granted, I would like to say that there are many fillies that wish they had apple cider wrapped around them. Hoo-ha!
Anyway.
So,
well placed, yes. Okay,
try to repeat that, get the burlap sack and just stuff the other one inside one just as well.
Okay.
Because that seemed to work rather well. Because then we got to worry about that one that went for help.
Yeah.
And all the townsfolk who have been turned into pony goo. Oh, boy. So I rolled a 6 and a... Why did I roll a D4? That's not the right dice. A 6 and a 4 on the D6.
Okay. And what's your strength die? What's your swagger die?
It's a D8. My strength's a D8.
I just mean, like, I assume you said you got a 6 and a 4 on your wild die.
Yes, I got a 6 on my regular die, and then a 4 on my wild.
Oh, okay. Okay, he rolled extraordinarily well.
He dodges out of the way. Oh no!
Yeah, he gets a 15.
You bagged yourself. No.
So you with another bag in tow, the weird pony Newt actually dodges surprisingly well. Is there any other? Did you want to? I'm gonna say you use your move because you had to run up to him.
Yeah.
So I'll move you over here. I got like a little chart. I got a little map here.
Handy.
Right. The doctor ain't having none of this. First thing he has to deal with is being shaken, which is physical, and which he's not very good at. So he's going to roll to be physically unshaken. His vigor. He is successful.
Boo!
I'm going to use one of his GM bennies. He has 2.
Boo!
To be able to act this turn. So, and he's going to use that action to attempt to. Let's see. He's going to attempt to break the grab. He's not very good at this kind of thing. Or actually, no, sorry. He's a spellcaster. He's going to cast another. He's going to cast a spell. So he has, which is at -4 because he is being grappled. And so I'm rolling his knowledge magic -4. Let's see how this goes. Okay, he fails. So he tries to cast a spell, but Apple Cider is like heroically wrestling him around, and it fizzles. So he is still grappled. So that's it for that turn.
Yay! Keep
the sound of a disappointed GM and happy players.
He's really good at that role, so I thought it's a decent chance, but oh well. I try to play them effectively, but yeah.
I know. It's just the official thing. Like, all right, he's gonna.
Apple Cider, 7 of clubs. Chef, 4 of spades. The doctor, 7 of spades, and the Newt, the queen of spades.
No.
So bad guy's going first this time.
Stop that Newt!
Okay, yeah, the Newt's gonna come right back at you, Chef. So go ahead and so your evade is 4. He rolls an 8. So you are grappled and shaken again.
Oh no!
You suffer the same fate. He grabs you and wrestles you to the ground. Surprisingly strong for something made out of sackcloth and flour.
This is
okay. The doctor is going to he's going to save some of his power points, and he's going to simply attempt to break the grab with agility. So Apple Cider roll agility. This is an opposed roll. See if he can slip out.
Oh Lord. Okay. 3.
He also rolls a 3, so it is inconclusive. So he remains grappled.
Aha!
So the two of you kind of thrash around a bit, but nothing much comes of it. And he's going to hang on to his magic points for now. So we go to AC.
All right. I'm going to take off my hat and shove it on his head.
Okay.
You're now the ketchup.
So what are you going to use there?
That
sounds like a good swagger roll if you have that.
I have no swagger. All I have is speech. I'm trying to see because I have speech.
You could do that and phrase it with some discouraging words, and I would accept that as a speech check.
I guess saying simply "you're the ketchup now" is not enough. Let's see. So it'd be like,
"You're a terrible doctor."
You're a terrible doctor. Your place looks bad, and you're a very bad person, and people don't like you.
You're bad and should feel bad. Very good. Okay, so go ahead and roll speech.
All right, so that's the D6 for the random, and then the D8. Oh, God. I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Yeah, he is unamused.
It's like, yes, this is the second time you've attempted to inform me, you dirty redneck.
You filthy drunkard.
Well,
All right, next round.
Does.
Next round, I'm simply going to thug you again. Shut up.
Fine, I'm just going to punch you next time. Okay. Chef, your turn. So remember, you're shaken and grappled right now.
Okay, so I'm going to try to break free.
First, you have to take care of the shaken.
Okay, so that's a spirit roll, right?
This is a grab, so it's a physical thing. So I would ask for a vigor.
Alrighty. Well, I have a little bit better vigor. Let's see, 4 and 5.
Okay. You've only got one Benny left. So you might want to save that. So you are unshaken, but that's the rest of your turn as it is right now.
Okay.
Okay. So if you just want to do that, then.
Sounds good.
Okay. So next turn, we seem to be chugging along here, pretty good. All right, new turn. Let's see. That's an interesting initiative. Okay, so AC, Ace of Diamonds.
Woohoo!
Chef, 3 of Hearts. Dr. Stone, 2 of Diamonds, and the Newt, 2 of Clubs.
I'm the winner. I get double play.
Okay, so go ahead, AC, your turn again.
You know what? Trying to speech this guy, he is obviously way too smart. I don't think that's working for me. So I think this far, just trying to shove the hat into his mouth
Okay, good.
is going to work.
Okay, so what kind of roll are you going to make that?
I'm just going to do a straight, just whatever I guess, let's see, there's swagger. The only thing I have that really does anything is speech, so I'm pretty much going to be rolling against it anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I mean, I've got courage if that would do anything.
No, it's the same. He's not a great opponent for you, unfortunately.
No, he's not. Yeah, I'm just going to just try and Apple family stuff something in his mouth to shut that unicorn up, even though magic is from their horn. Be quiet.
You could. I'm just trying to think. You could use something like you might be able to work Unstoppable in somehow, or
bowl him over.
He's pretty. He's like wrestling him right now.
Oh.
I could try and unstoppable him into the vat.
It's
boiling. You could.
Well, I was trying to put Sandy in there. He's bad too.
You can go. I'm saying, like, let's see. I would say you could make even if you made your untrained swagger check, like you guess his strength is not particularly all that good. So
yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to think of like the problem is he's a unicorn, so he could still use stupid magic. It's like no matter what,
he's got a problem right now because he's grappled. So to cast anything, he's at -4.
Can I pin? He's grappled. Can I pin him?
Let's see. Let me see if there's a. Let's see. You know, like I'm gonna. You've already pretty much got him pinned, is what's implied by it.
Okay, so I need to figure out how do you make a unicorn stop casting magic? It's just like the only thing I can think. Let's see. All right, so. I'm going to try and let's see. The common thing is like bagging them is the most like common way around.
Savage Worlds encourages creativity and such, and I do as well.
Yeah.
If you want to slam your ketchup hat on top of his head, he wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is just try and put the ketchup hat on his head backwards.
Okay.
And his horn will catch it, so he can't take it off as easily.
Yeah. If he can't see, it's hard for him to cast. So yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say, yeah, like you could, do you go ahead and use fighting?
Yeah, so I don't have any of that, so it's just going to be the D4, D6 -2. So.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Snake eyes!
Okay. Well, you can spend a Benny if you wish, or you can just roll with it.
Sandy, what do you think?
What you're going to do is you're going to just stick it, and his horn's going to just catch it and tear it in half. I bet.
What's likely going to do is I'm likely going to take it off and then put it on my own head backwards. Tell you what. All right, let's do it. Spin the Benny.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, the D6 rolled a 6.
Nice.
So roll that again. 3, so that's a 9.
Perfect.
Minus 2. Yeah, okay.
7? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm going to... That's, like, his evade is only a 2. So 7, 2... Yeah, that's enough for... So you have enough for a raise on that one. Well done. That was a well-spent Benny. So with a pithy one-liner, you slam your ketchup hat over his head. And I'm going to say, with that, I'm going to make... He cannot see a thing.
Catch up this.
And it stuck pretty good on his head. He's, so he is now blind. So good job on that one. So he is like good on that one. Okay. So Chef, your turn.
Okay, so
you're grappled, but you're not shaken anymore.
Okay, how do I ungrapple myself?
Okay, you can either like attempt to just take him out. It'd be at a -4, or you can attempt to break the grapple with a strength or agility roll.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try that. Break the grapple with a strength roll, because that seems like it'll be a bit more, easier.
Get into it. Do a little Greco-Roman here.
So, I'm not gonna let some sack of goop best me. I say as I roll a 1 and a 4.
Okay. Oh, good for you. He rolls a 1.
Huzzah!
Okay. So, that's enough. So you break the grapple with that. So you are no longer grappled.
Good.
Okay. And then it goes to the doctor's turn. He is blind and grappled. He's got problems because now if he tries to get the thing off his head, he has the penalty from being grappled. Man. Yeah, this is
making it hard on you.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting for him. He's going to he's just going to attempt to break the grapple. Which is still an opposed roll. It doesn't necessarily, it's not affected by his blindness because he's just trying to score him away from you. So AC, roll your agility.
All right, just agility.
Yeah, and your wild die. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all part of the same roll.
Oh, give me a break. Another snake eyes. All right, I'm just taking that one. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, geez. That doesn't sound good.
He rolls a 19 somehow.
Oh, God.
And it was all on his D4. Okay, so, yeah, he somehow manages to slip out of your grasp, but you, like, knock your head on the ground for a second. But he like, lightly dances out of the way and is ready to go, but he still has this red cone stuck over his head, which is fastened on him pretty securely. So he's good for now. He's not grappled, but he can't see a thing. And the last newt is going to going to spend his turn. He's just going to drag, or no, the chef broke the grapple. So he's going to take a slightly different. He's going to attempt to intimidate you with a swagger roll. So chef, go ahead and roll your strength.
Alrighty.
He's going to attempt to take you down a notch first before he grabs you again.
All right, got a 6.
And okay, 6. Okay, so he rolls a 7.
Oh no!
So he's just barely successful. You're shaken again. Yeah, back and forth. But go next turn. We're very close to the end here. So okay, new turn is chef with a jack of spades. AC with a jack of diamonds. The newt has a 9 of spades, and doctor has a 5 of hearts. So, chef, you're up.
All right, so I am gonna break free of that shaking again.
Go ahead. Yeah, this is your vigor again.
6 and a 2.
Okay, so yeah, you're...
Well, 6 on the D6, so...
Oh, roll again.
6.
Woohoo!
5. So
Perfect.
I am like, woo!
You're unshaken. You can take... And you get the raise, so you can take your full turn now.
Alright, so I'm gonna counter on this this newt, because I I think we're gonna try to end this pretty quick, because this fighting's tiring.
Yeah.
Gonna swagger again, see if I can't maybe
Take him out.
take him out.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Got a 4 on the D8 and a 6 on the D6.
And he rolls a 1.
And a 4 on the D6. So, 10 versus 1.
That's more than enough. Multiple, like, you get at least one raise is enough to take out a extra, so he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So you do likewise. You do like some sort of like rarity pony karate and just throw him into a nearby open barrel of vinegar.
Yay!
Actually, with that though, okay.
He's melting.
Given that, we can break you've achieved your objectives for the moment. I'm gonna break combat initiative for just a second. With that, Chef, you look around, and the doctor is the only one left in the room, and he's like trying to get this stupid red cone off of his head.
I think you should just stay right there.
He stumbles backwards and into the doors, and kind of falls over on his side, and it throws open the doors. As you look outside, you can see that like marching up the hill and surrounding the barn are all the different pony newts from town. In a very creepy like John Romero zombie horde around the barn. and Asa, you can see this too.
Okay.
So this doesn't come as too big of a surprise in that. AC, I think I read this in a book once.
Yeah. Read.
Yeah. So we've got this doctor here, but he's got this whole army of goo ponies. What do you want to do? Get him to call them off, but there's still all these goo ponies.
They're all making their way slowly towards you. That horrible, like, leering grin.
Okay. Chef, going back to plan A.
Which one was plan A?
Plan A is the one where I kicked the crap out of this tub.
Oh, yeah, okay, that sounds good. I'll just get out of the way.
You
hit the left post, I hit the right post. Okay, then we're gonna have a Goonami.
Yep.
Okay, so did you AC? Are you gonna spend your last penny and use Unstoppable again?
No, I'm just gonna standard it.
Okay, both of you roll strength.
I do have a balance of the earth. Plus 1 bonus to this roll.
You've spent 2 of your bennies so far.
Right, so I'll use my last balance of the earth plus 1.
Okay.
Yep, so I'll be back to 2 next time. I didn't realize that.
So, so the way this works is, Asa, you're rolling the check, and Chef is assisting. So you roll, and then for every success and raise that Chef gets, it's another +1 to your roll.
Yay!
And we just see. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so that's going to be, I guess, that's going to be strength.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a 6 and then another 6, so a 3 and a 6. Woohoo! And then, all right, so a 6 and a 4. So I rolled a 3 on my first, and then on my other one was a 6 and a 4 equaling 10 plus 1.
Okay, so 11, and then Chef.
I got a 4 on the D8 and a 5 on the D6.
Okay, so you got 1 success, so that's another +1. So the total roll for the knocking this over is a 11 plus 1, so it's a 12. Okay, with a coordinated kick, both of you kick out two of the raft, like the posts holding up the rafters in the barn, and which causes it to sag, and you see the wooden beams above splinter, and the cauldron comes tumbling off on its side. You can both jump on top of some crates or something else as the horrible goo just pours out in a big green flood.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it smells awful, and you kind of have to hold your mouth a little bit as you realize as the cauldron spills out, the bottom of the cauldron is full of a whole bunch of those pony blanks, which just kind of flop out onto the ground as this big wave of green ooze sweeps through the barn.
Ew.
Yeah. The wave sweeps out and kind of gums up a whole bunch of the newts that are approaching, which seems to stall them for a little bit.
Okay, so we floated along. Where are we in the whole span of goo ponies?
You're kind of standing more or less where you were before, but there's a big open swath outside the main barn doors. The doctor is thrashing around on the ground. He's been completely covered by ooze.
And we can also escape through the hole in the barn left by the windmill.
Yeah.
Okay. Windmill seems like the better exit since we won't get a whole bunch of goo on us.
Okay. So you make your exit here.
Yeah, let's skedaddle out of this barn. It seems like a bad place to be.
Sounds good to me.
You with a signal, you guys. You both hop out the large hole created by Chef's rather impressive feat earlier, and as you rush outside, there are a few more newts on the outside here, but you're very surprised with as you leap out and take a look at the situation. A cloaked figure comes running up the hill, and deftly leaps over one of the newts in front of you.
Oh.
The figure's wearing a trench coat and hat and such, and as it gets close, shakes the hat off, and you see it's another unicorn. She shouts out something in a language you've never heard before, and there's a flash of magic for a second, and you both
foreigners.
both of you hit the ground as this kind of radial flash sweeps over the ground, and as you look back up, still wrapped in your condiment costumes, and you see that after the flash passed, all of the newts laying around, or all the newts around have just collapsed to the ground like marionettes with their strings cut.
Oh.
You all
Jeff,
take
we never have.
You all take a deep breath, and there's kind of eerie silence again.
Chef, we can never take a normal vacation, can we?
Nope. So, stand up and see who this was.
She steps forward. It's a tall, older female unicorn. She has kind of a light pink color, hair in a bun and such. And she dusts off her trench coat a little bit as she walks up to you.
Oh, hello.
You don't.
How's your night been?
She kind of realizes. Oh, it seems as if you two were not one of them. Very good. Then there are some survivors.
I hope so. It'd be good if there was. You knew everything that was going on in there.
And I just made it here in time. I think if you hadn't put a stop to it when you did, I might not have arrived in time.
Yeah, we put up a good fight.
What's his horn still in there? He's got my hat, so
I don't think. Him, Dr. Stone. I see. You won't have to worry about him. Come with me. And she kind of walks past you and back towards the barn.
You want to go that way? You sure?
Oh, I can.
Of course, following along.
I can assure you, it's perfectly safe. And she leads you back in the barn. You can see that every one of the newts that was standing around has just collapsed to the ground. Mm-hmm. It looks like some battlefield. There's just bodies laying all over the place, and including the doctor who's not moving either.
Oh, all right. Go check. Follow up.
Let's see. You see that I was here just. Thankfully, you kept them distracted long enough. I could make my entrance and cast the spell necessary to undo this effect.
Glad we could. Could you just explain just a little tenciest, tiniest, just smidgenest bit what in the hay fries is going on?
I think I can. Let me introduce myself. And she holds her foot out. Dr. Forthright Stone, at your service.
Oh.
And just...
So... You're... related? Shake.
Kind of shake awkwardly. Oh, no, nothing like that. You see, the stories about my grandfather were true. And she keeps walking. She starts walking over, and you see that there's like a cellar door on this side of the barn that's been locked shut. You see, the stories about my grandfather were true. He was interested in a field of magic called biothaumaturgy, the creation of living things from non-living things. It's rather unpalatable stuff, but from what I can tell, he was successful in his initial experiments. And as she's talking, she goes and unlocks the little cellar door next to the barn and throws it open. You can see there's a whole bunch of the townsfolk ponies are all huddled, kind of shivering there in the basement.
Oh, good.
Biothemajiggy?
And as she's talking, she's helping leading them out and while speaking to you. You see, he was successful in creating a copy of himself, and including some others. But the villagers eventually got wind of it and managed and destroyed him, we think that they destroyed his work. But look, that thing in there, and she kind of looks into the barn, I believe is his creation. The villagers mistakenly took him for the monster. And it's been waiting all these years until it found its opportunity. Impersonating me, as I have just graduated from the Royal College of Medicine.
Oh, God. Excuse me, it's just been a little bit of a taxing night. It's just a hair to take in.
Well, at least we got that handled. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's some ponies down there.
Yeah, and you know what? Everything turned out, and you know what? I pick up my hat and put it back on.
It's all covered in green goo.
Yeah, I just flopped a little bit, covered in green. I think we certainly got us a nightmare night to remember.
Do not worry for the townsfolk. Part of this spell he was using to create these things is a more rudimentary version of what he used what my grandfather originally used. It requires the original recipients be alive for the process.
Oh, so. That's good.
That's certainly is good. Oh, yeah.
She's at this point she's herded all the townsfolk out of the basement. They all look very excited to be free of the dark basement. But I think now is best. I think I can start here on the right hoof now that we've helped save the entire village.
Seems like a decent place to start. Yeah, you do have to forgive. I just fought an evil version of one of your relatives. It was rather fighty.
Well, with the monster gone, the threat is over. I have no interest in picking up any of my grandfather's work. I'm a medical doctor.
Good. That's you stay being medical and not themajigger-griggy magic, because that would be bad, and when we know totally here. So yeah, so and seeing that all is happy and good and such, I think that what we are plumb ready to do is. I'm done tuckered. I'm heading to bed, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, it's been a wild party.
Well, if you feel so, I'm sure the rest of the villagers are ready for something similar. It was unfortunate they had to spoil our Nightmare Night celebrations. I was very much looking forward to some of that cider. Oh well.
No.
Wait a second. So you enjoy cider too? Now let me see. So tell you what, there is a carnival ground down there, and they still should have a few barrels. I didn't drink them all, and they weren't drinking too much of them. So if you've been thinking, want to grab a cup?
I think that sounds agreeable. If you'll come with me.
Hooray, Chef! Let's go get tankard.
Yay!
As in get some tankard.
And
Woohoo!
where is it? Yes. Let's hurry then. The smell is beginning to bother my nose. Shall we? And she gestures you along.
Yay! Heading down for cider like cider drinking.
As the three of you, very relieved, head back down the path with the other villagers. The camera kind of we're switching to cinematic mode here. The camera kind of pans back and through the barn where everything is all wrecked, and it pans over the sack containing the apple cider clone, and just as its hoof twitches a little bit, the screen fades to black.
Dun dun dun.
And that's a wrap.
Yay!
Woo! We didn't die.
So
that was definitely more challenging than the one before.
Yeah.
That was a whoo.
This one had magic and such. Yeah.
Man, unicorns! I can't stop them. Well, I can stop them. It's just that all of my abilities to stop them, they're too dag smart.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let me make a little note here. So my balance of Earth, I'm going to be back to... Wait, let's see. So I use that, so I'm down to 3. So next game I'm going to be only at 2.
Oh, it should refresh every session.
It refreshes every session, but it said something that only refreshed 2 points, and since I used 2 bennies and one of those...
That's right. No, okay. Oh man, this has come up so much. That's a typo. And
okay.
I can't call you on it. I also totally forgot. That's a typo. It's just the numbers we changed, but so many people have commented on that. I've been like, it's like, I'm sorry, I made a typo. I fixed it.
So is that getting revised, or what's
yes,
the...
it's supposed to be 2 and 2.
Okay.
It's my mistake. I fixed it in the next revision, but I have neglected to go back and change it because so many, I don't think people would, not many people notice when I update these things. So it is
okay. So you get a pool of 2 balance points and gain 2 points anew each session.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's something like even discounting that +1, you had enough to knock over that cauldron. So it's moot.
Okay. All right.
But
that works.
So hope you guys had fun with that one.
Yes, that was good.
That was fun.
Let's see. I need to make a note for is there a Benny's point on the page?
No, I don't actually have a record for that. Typically the characters, the games imply that you play in person, and that so bennies are just tokens. But you both ended with 1.
Yes, and how do you recharge that?
Oh, you get you get 3 new ones every session. Like you never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you go back up to 3 next time you would play.
Yeah, I would compare it to Edge and Shadowrun, but you haven't played that.
Okay.
Or like action points in D&D kind of in 4th
Gotcha.
edition.
All right, so this then leads to the very important thing that must happen next, where you give us experience.
Yes. This typically I liked where you guys went with it. I think some of the stuff was cool. I'm going to award you the full 3 experience in this one.
Woohoo!
Yay!
So you should now have 5 after the 2 points from Mystery at Horse Point. So
Correct.
And since you reached 5, you both have an advance, which is it's kind of like a miniature level up.
Yay! So now next game I get to choose what other fun thing I want to do. I think I need to do something to take out unicorns. They seem to be bothersome.
Evil doctors.
I know.
So just remember, so with an advance, the things you can do are you can gain a new edge, you can gain a new skill at a D4, or you can increase. It says in the Savage World rules what you can do, but you can gain skills, gain a new edge, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I think so I can word this correctly.
Where's the edge that is immune to magic? That would be... I would love the edge.
Here it is. Here it is. Things you can do with your advances. Just so I was looking for it just so I read it correctly. Gain a new edge. Increase a skill that is equal to or greater than its linked attribute by 1 die type. Increase 2 skills that are lower than their linked attributes by 1 die type each. Buy a new skill at D4, or increase one of your attributes by 1 die. And you can only do 1 attribute increase per rank. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So.
But also, yeah, you can take care of that whenever you want.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll probably need to brew on exactly which one.
Yeah.
The next session, if we get another 3, Sandy, then we get to up again.
It's every 5, so you would need another 5 experience.
Oh, okay. 5's fine. Okay, I can't count.
It's fine.
Okay, that is good. Okay, so that sounds like that is a good point to go ahead and stop. We've got to go and look at character sheets, and I've got to sneak off to work in just a little bit. So very, very cool. Thank you very much, Mr. Marsh, for running us through another round of this after fighting noodly spaghetti monsters. Very much cool, and having the whole Nightmare Night craziness. Yes, very, very neat.
No problem at all.
All right, good to have you. Thank you, Sandy, for giving me, what is this, 3 hours and some odd minutes of tabletopping.
Yay! Inky is going to love this file.
Yup, he sure will. And I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. It's always fun to give you guys little extras, and hope this keeps lets you have a little fun with whatever you're doing this weekend. All right, roll them away. Bye, kids.
Adios.
Good night.